basketball's day of reckoning is here. After 8 hard months, it all comes down to 40 minutes of action. Can the Greater London Leopards beat the Sheffield Sharks to retain their title? Or if they don't, will the Birmingham Bullets shoot down the London Towers to become the new league champions? On the final day of the league season, we have come to the Sheffield Arena to see if the Greater London Leopards can retain their league title. They take on the Sheffield Sharks. We also have coverage for you from Wembley, where the Birmingham Bullets are taking on the London Towers. Birmingham will be hoping the Leopards slip up here at Sheffield, that they can beat the Towers and that they can get their first ever league title. Well, the last day of the league season, we know the 8 teams who are going to make it through to the end of season playoffs, but we don't yet know who's going to go there as the league champions. Bob Donald from the Leicester Riders is our special guest tonight. And Bob, you couldn't really ask for much more from the last day of the season, could you?
No, you could. You got 2 great coaches, 2 great teams, down to 2 great games. I'm looking forward to this afternoon of basketball.
And whatever happens, it has been a great season for both the Leopards and for Birmingham.
Yeah, regardless of what goes on, neither team should hang their heads. They should just get ready for the playoffs. They both had a great year and a great era of basketball for this country, and it's been a great season all along.
Okay, Bob, thanks for now. More from Bob in just a little while. But first of all, let's go courtside to hear more about the last week or so and the build-up to this final day. Julian Waters is back with us. Julian.
Well, this really is a time for strong men and strong nerves, isn't it? The season's work is on the line. It's a day when character as much as talent will decide the destination of the title. For us, for you at home, it should make thrilling viewing indeed. For the players and coaches, it's Judgment Day.
This season has had more twists and turns than a Grand Prix circuit and has frayed everyone's nerves. Birmingham clashed with the Leopards last month in a head-to-head decider. The Leopards won in overtime, which crucially guaranteed superiority against Birmingham. But there's still plenty to be fought for. Last Wednesday, Sheffield moved closer to the number 3 spot with a win over Manchester, mainly due to John Amici posting 36 points. And the next day, the Big Cats clash with the Leopards putting one paw back on their league title after beating Thames Valley by 5. That win meant the Leopards were within touching distance of retaining the title.
The win, now we're 1 game away from the promised land, retaining the championship. You know, all the season it's been our dream to be back-to-back champions, to be the first team to do it in the modern era, first team since the Kingston era when they did 4 in a row. And if we can get this second one, then we'll be chasing Kingston's 4.
Derby staged a playoff battle where Leicester kept their hopes alive after Jerron Boone and Gino Ford calmed the storm with a combined 49 points.
Going get into the championship, no, that's not our goal. Getting to the playoffs, I think, is what's going to be important. We've got to take care of business Saturday. If we do, I don't care who we face. We'll just have some fun in the playoffs.
Friday night was boogie night in Birmingham when the Bullets had to win to keep their title dream alive. Birmingham took early control, but Manchester fought back and Nigel Lloyd had to sink 2 free throws to win.
We have to go down to London and we have to win the basketball game, and that's all we can do. Regardless of how we finish in the league, we want to win on Sunday because we want to head into the playoffs with a 6-game winning streak.
For Leicester and Bob Donald, it wasn't to be. Chester were fighting for their own playoff ambitions. Gino Ford spearheaded the Leicester attack, but Chester were not going to be denied. Meanwhile, over in Derby, this happened. Mayhem and jubilation as Derby clinched a playoff spot right on the buzzer. This forced Leicester out of the playoffs, but let Manchester in through the back door.
The whole time we were just saying we've got to get a spot, and in the last month we've managed to beat some of the top teams, albeit close games. So basically we got to get our mindset right, and I'll be thankful we got practice on Monday.
Well, let's confirm the situation at the top of the table there for you. Greater London Leopards and the Birmingham Bullets with identical records so far. And what we ought to say at this stage that the head-to-head between these two is very important. The Leopards have beaten the Bullets twice in the league, and the Bullets have only beaten the Leopards once.
Yeah, that puts a lot of pressure on Birmingham today. You know, they have to win or they can't get in there. Even if they do win, not necessarily the title holders.
Okay, plenty to play for Sheffield and for the London Towers as well. Sheffield have to win if they're going to finish in 3rd. The London Towers have to win if they want to finish in 5th spot. How much of a motivating factor will that be, Bob?
I don't think that's the motivating factor. I think the motivating factor is, do you want on your home court the visitors celebrating that trophy championship?
And as Julian mentioned earlier on, a lot of it is going to be about nerve today, isn't it, for both Birmingham and the Leopards?
Yeah, I think so. I think especially with this Leopard crew, I think they put a lot of pressure on themselves. They have a lot of expectations. They were the champs last year. I really think that they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves heading into this situation here today.
And we hear that the Leopards haven't really been playing out of their skins over the last couple of weeks.
Not greatly. They've gone down to the wire on a few games that normally they would, go ahead and run away with some things. I think they're really starting to feel the pressure. They're going to have to relax here tonight if they're going to get this thing.
Bob, as a coach, how would you feel about having to win against Sheffield on the last day of the season?
I don't think you think that way. I think you treat each game the same, and if you do that, then you just alleviate the pressure. Concentrate on the basketball side of things, and you'll be okay.
And I've got to put you on the, get you off the fence, put you on the line. Who's going to win it?
I think Sheffield will win this basketball game. I think you'll see Birmingham take the title.
That's Bob Donewald's prediction. It's high time we found out the starting fives in this game. Let's go as ever to Mike Shaft in the commentary box.
Yep, thanks, Dominic. And we'll take a look at the full lineup before we get to the starting fives. First off, Sheffield Sharks, and they're going to go with McKinney, Anderson, Payne, Hames, Myers, Mark Robinson wears 12, Cawthorne, Amici, Richard Wendell wears 20, and Will Johnson wears 24. Coach Chris Finch is going to go with this as his starting lineup. McKinney, 5, Hames, 10, Robinson, 12, Amici, 15, and 24 is Will Johnson. And for the Greater London Leopards, the lineup reads Burks, White, Cuff, Youngblood, Monday Castle, Crump, Moore, Defoe, and Perry. And the starting five, Billy Mims goes with Will B. Eric Burks wearing 4. John White wearing 5. Ryan Cuff wears 7. Youngblood wears 9. And McKeever Perry wears 25. It is Judgment Day in British basketball. I can tell you we have got so much stuff going on today. We've got pictures coming in from Wembley, of course. We'll be keeping you right up to date with what's happening there. But we are live from the Sheffield Arena, where the Sheffield Sharks are kind of doing their best to finish third in the Budweiser League. Of course, if they win this one, they finish third. If the Leopards win this one, and the betting says Greater London Leopards to win by 4. If they do that, they will be the champions. They're betting at the other game, which is taking place down at London. London Towers versus the Birmingham Bullets. They say the Bullets will win by 4. Now, it is irrelevant what happens in that game if the Leopards win this game. Leopards win this, they will be the champions, but we will be bringing you pictures, live pictures from the game, which tipped off in London about 5-7 minutes ago. It's game time in Sheffield, and we are off. Who's got the ball? The Leopards have the ball first. Coach Bob Donewald is with me. Coach Bob Donewald, tell me, are we expecting anything different here today from either of these teams?
No,
what we know from the regular season.
No, I don't think so. You're getting this far in the season, you're going to roll with what works. I think both teams will be fired up here today. I think you'll see some pride out of the Sheffield crew. I think we're in for a great basketball game.
Oh, there's a great move by Youngblood. And I spoke to Eric Burks before the start of this thing, and I asked him, what was the game plan? He says, we have to get Robert Youngblood involved in the game nice and early. Offensive board by Amici, puts it away for 2.
I agree with that. I think Eric's thinking is let's make John Amici and Wilbur Johnson get into some foul trouble if Robert could get going on the offensive end.
Burks doesn't get the drop. Rebound Dion Hames. Ian McKinney has the ball. McKinney slows down, then gets it to Amici for 2. John Amici has been having a tremendous season. Shall walk with it is what the official says. Youngblood goes over and has a word with Richard Stokes. Did he walk with that?
Yeah, he definitely came down. He went up in the air.
Looks like a technical foul on somebody. Technical foul called on John White. Boy, that is early. 1 minute, 1 second to the first tee in this ball game.
I think both officials right away are just going to make it known that they're not going to have all the complaining that sometimes the Leopards have been known to get into. Richard Stokes letting John White know right away we're not having it today.
Dion Hames is going to go to the line for 2. The Leopards do not need to have John White in foul trouble early in this ball game.
No, John's got to use his head here. It's early. He doesn't need to get up, nerves and everything else. There's enough other things. He needs to keep his side calm. He's the leader of this crew. He needs to keep him relaxed and playing basketball.
Dion gets the first. the second. Now, we're going to be talking about all the possibilities here this afternoon because stolen away by Mark Robinson. Robinson has it, gives it up to McKinney, gets a whistle. If that's on John White, it's going to be 2 early ones. Youngblood is talking to the official. Let's see who it's on. They say, I think it's on Youngblood. Let's take another look at this.
Colin's right there on the play. It's a tough angle. Colin Gerard, a veteran official, right there on the play.
Billy Mims has called an early timeout. Let's go down and take a listen to what he's saying.
Try to come back. It's going to make getting the ball tough. All right. I want you. They're pressing us every time they score. If they score, they are going like this. And when they score, Blood takes it out. Blood takes it out. Eric goes there. John, you go there. Make sure you're in front of Robinson. Get it to Eric, and Eric, you attack. And then, Eric, if you can find John stepping up, hit John and beat it. Offense, listen, second floor, go to Blood again because Amichi's guarding him. All right, John, stay focused, all right? Hey, don't let Stokes get to you.
Billy Mims talking to his guys, saying, stay focused. We have something coming in from London. Let's take a look at this. Carl Brown is on the ball for the London Towers. He will be in a second. There he is now. Outside the three-point line, knocks it down. The latest score, London Towers 11, Birmingham Bullets 4. There it is. First one is good for Ian McKinney. 7 points to the Sharks, 2 to the Leopards. And he gets the second. Well, so far, looking at both situations, we're heading for 2 defeats of the top 2 teams here.
It's early, Mike. It's definitely early. But right now, neither team off to a good start. Could be some nerves, just a little nerves here. You know, we're down to the last game of the season.
Eric Burks has the ball way out, has Dion Haynes on him. Big crowd here at the Sheffield Arena. They're making a lot of noise. What a move by Burks. Doesn't get there, gets a whistle. I think that's going to be on Dion Haynes. Yes, it is. And they say end line ball. Foul number 1 on Dion. Here it is again.
Well, you know, Billy can't complain that it's not going to be called at either end. It's going to be touch calls both ways. The players got to adjust and realize we're going to have a tightly close ball game.
Youngblood. Blood with the spin move on Amici. Doesn't get there. Rebound McKeever off the glass. The still doesn't get there. Amici with the defensive board. And here come the Sharks again. 3 on 2. Mark Robinson gets it to McKinney. McKinney doesn't take the 3. And now Dion Haynes says, let's slow down and reset. McKinney pops out to get it. Mark Robinson has it. Robinson puts it up for 2 is long. McKeever Perry cleaning up on the boards as per usual. Burks takes the long way home, is good for 2.
That's one thing I think the Leopards got to do. They're a running team. They've got a lot of athletes. They got to look to, pressure, get away from the pressure shots, get some easy baskets.
Alley-oop. And the jam by Will Johnson on the pass by make that Mark Robinson.
One thing you can get against a pressing team is some easy baskets. Nice job by Sheffield to break the press.
You know, I was talking to Billy Mims before this thing started, and he was working on his game plan. Great move by Burks. Basket will not count. It will go to the line. I think that's on Dion Haynes again. 2 early ones on Dion. What he had was a list of how they got points in the first games, in the games between these 2 teams. And most of the points came from transition basketball.
Yeah, you got guys, you got big old John Amici, you got Todd Cawthorn, Wilbur Johnson. Those are some big bodies, whereas the Leopards got more of the thoroughbred, the athlete, Robert Youngblood.
Terrell Myers into the ball game for the first time. John White on the ball for the Leopards. White gets it up. Whoa! Off balance, fading away. Mark Robinson in his face, and he knocks down the 3.
This is a big-time shot. This is the type of plays John White's got to come up with to get this team over the hump.
10 points to the Sheffield Sharks, 7 to the Greater London Leopards. The Leopards need to either win this one or have Birmingham Bullets lose in London to win the championship. Robinson on the ball. Will Johnson posting up on Youngblood. Will Johnson, nice move, is fouled by Youngblood. Will Johnson will go to the line for 2.
We talked about Leopards trying to get Youngblood involved to get those guys in fact the Sharks in foul trouble. I think Sheffield's doing a nice job of getting Wilbur here, and we saw John Amici earlier trying to get Robert a few fouls so that Leopards have to go to their bench.
Less than 7 minutes left to play in the first. Will Johnson of the Sheffield Sharks on the line for 2. Fails to get number 1. You know, something that must be surprising to a lot of people in basketball is how badly the Sharks fell away in the last few games of the season.
Normally, though, they win that trophy, and then all of a sudden it's easy to get complacent, easily to just, it's hard to wind yourself up emotionally for some games, and they came right off that trophy game, having to win some big games and couldn't get it done.
Stolen away by Burks. Burks on the ball. Burks gets it to Ryan Cuff for 3. Is good! And Billy Mims is calling for his guys to get up and pressure. Full court press. Ooh, nearly a backcourt violation. Mark Robinson off the glass. Gets the drop for 2. Woo-wee! Boy, we got some action going on.
Yes, we do. Leopards got into that 1-3-1. Sharks did a nice job of finding Mark for an easy, 15-foot jump shot.
Let's go down to London. Stuff coming in from London. Nigel Lloyd is cooking down there. Has hit 4 3-pointers on the bounce. They now lead 13 points to 15 against the London Towers. So Birmingham coming strong, putting some pressure on the Leopards.
Birmingham coming strong, Leopards coming strong. This is going to go back and forth all day, Mike.
Turnover. Makiba Perry was at the ring, decided not to go up, felt he might have been blocked, B might have got a charge, tried to whip it around, couldn't find one of his own players.
Leopards back into this little 1-3-1.
Terrell Myers finds Amici. Amici for 3 short.
They're changing up their defense, making things confusing. They're showing a little bit of 1-3-1, but breaking down into man. Amici wasn't sure anyone was going to go.
Oh, baby! Youngblood made no mistake with that one. In your face on that one, and one as well. Oh, that was a nice play by the Leopards. Foul is called on Will Johnson. Here it is again. John White with a great play. Finds the open man. And Youngblood made no mistake.
Nice play by John White, setting up the athlete, coming in, easy 2 points.
Youngblood on the line for 1, man. That's a pretty hairdo, man. Just look at that, man. Look at that hairdo. Ooh!
Let's just hope the ball doesn't hit it, Mike, and make it a little slick.
Youngblood has 5 personal. 12 points to 15. The Leopards lead this one.
Again, showing a little 1-3-1. We got a little touch call there.
Ryan Cuff commits the offense.
If they're going to call this close, that's going to make it difficult for the Leopards to get up and run and jump and press and trap. If they're going to call it close, that's really going to hurt the Leopards in their full court presses.
Myers has the ball, trying to find Amici down low, can't get it there. So now it's Todd Cawthorn to Mark Robinson. Robinson works into the middle, floats in, knocks down the 2. That's his game.
That's Mark's game. Couple dribbles to the right hand, heading into the middle, rising up above, good touch.
Eric Burks gets a whistle. Foul is called on John. Make that McKinney, Ian McKinney.
Well, they're definitely going to call it both ways, Mike. So I think both coaches just got to adjust. Can't get too unhappy as long as they're going to go both ways with it.
And now with 5:31 left to play in the first, we're in the penalty, both teams. Burks fakes the 3, drives, then loses the ball. Mark Robinson has it to Terrell Myers. Myers with a nice first step. Back to Robinson. I think Makiba Perry may have got a piece of that. 4-on-1 break. Foul is called on Ian McKinney. That's where we need a loose ball foul type thing, a breakaway foul.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually a good foul by McKinney.
Yeah.
Because we're going to see some high-flying action by Eric Burks here at the other end if he doesn't pick up that foul.
But now Ian McKinney has 2 fouls, so the numbers mounting up already on this foul situation. McKinney has 2, Hames has 2. Michael Payne into the ball game. gets one. Leopards lead 14 points to 16. And gets the second. Now Terrell Myers. There's John White. Leopards need a big game from John White if they're going to win this championship. And a steal. The full court pressure pays off. Ryan Cuff gets a whistle. Boy, you're going to have to keep your hands off the other players tonight.
Yeah, you are. They got back into that 1-3-1 half-court trap, got a nice steal. Good heads-up play by taking it to the basket. It's going to be hard to defend people. You know, the way the refs are calling it, Ryan Cuff just does a nice job, force the action. You know, you put your hands on somebody, we're going to get a foul.
Timeout has been called by Coach Chris Finch. We're going to go down, take a listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, listen, right, on the press, Todd, you come up with Terrell. You come up with Terrell here in the backcourt, all right? All right? So if you're interested, you can pass up. Be strong. They be fucking strong. You know they're going to come after you. You too. Hey, you're down here now.
Again, a little bit intense down on the bench with Chris Finch. 14 points to the Sharks, 17 to the Leopards. What do you make of it so far, Bob Dunwall?
I think right now both teams just trying to feel each other out. Both teams, you know, showing a little press, showing a little half-court defense, just mixing some things up.
3-pointers. Sheffield hasn't taken one as yet, but the Leopards have drained 2. And then the rest of the numbers pretty good all around.
Numbers are good, and, you know, we're going to get a lot of free throws before this thing's over, the way the officials are calling it.
How many times do you think John Amici is going to go to the line tonight?
Well, they're not getting him the ball right now. They got to get him the ball down there around with the basket where it can do some damage. I don't like the three-point shot he took. I like the possession he got earlier where it was down around the post. Now we may see him get some free throws if he gets down around the basket.
Okay, the ball to come in from the free throw line with Ryan Cuff. John Amici, so stunning in British basketball. Will he be here next season? That's the question everybody's asking. You won't tell me. Fails to get number 1, Ryan Cuff. Fails to get number 2, Makiba Perry. Saves the day with the offensive board and the put away for 2. Now Mark Robinson drives, kicks it out to Michael Payne. And now Amici has the ball. Amici goes to work down the middle, count the 2.
That's good John Amici basketball. Take it to the hole. Don't settle for the outside jump shot if your talent can get you to the basket and get you an easy shot like this one.
John White, they only give him 2 for that one. Very close to the three-point line, John White, but got only 2. Mark Robinson has it. Cross to Todd Cawthorn for 3. Is good!
Sharks are doing a nice job of moving that basketball, finding Todd open. He can definitely knock down the open three-pointer.
Eric Burks has the ball for the Leopards. Youngblood comes to get it, and then it's with John White. Ryan Cuff pops out, puts it up for no points. 19 points to the Sharks, 21 to the Leopards. Remember, for the Leopards to win this championship, all they've got to do is win this ball game. Now Makiba Perry with a nice dribble to John White, wraps it around. Offensive foul on John White. White cannot believe the call.
That's a good call, Mike. You know, he's definitely out of control. Terrell took I don't think, a very good shot at this end, forced a 3, got his butt back. He's definitely stationary and in there. That's a good call by the official.
3 minutes 44 left to play. That's the second foul on John White. There's Mark Robinson back on the ball. You're watching the final day's action of British basketball in the regular season. Mark Robinson for 3, doesn't get there. Makiba Perry does enough to get the Leopards the ball, and it's stolen back. Terrell Myers fakes the 3, drives. Oh, pretty play, Terrell Myers.
Not settling for the jump shot. Take it on the deck, take it to the hole. You can get some easy baskets. Nice play by Myers.
We are tied at 21. Youngblood drives, moves to the hole himself. They say white ball.
Good defensive play there by John Amici. Not getting the body in there, not getting the foul. Good block.
There it is again. Clean block by Amici.
Yeah, a lot of times post players have a tendency to get their body in there.
Glad, big bump, doesn't get the bucket. Will go to the line for 1 foul called on Todd Cawthorn. First foul on Cawthorn. The whistles are getting some work tonight, Coach.
They're hot. They're hot.
Youngblood just got bumped. Couldn't finish the play, but will go to the line for 2, and here we are. Some of that stuff could be running down into his eyes. Okay, and the Leopards come with a little full-court pressure again. The 1-3-1. No problem for the Sharks. Amici has it down low. The double team comes. Cawthorn for another 3 is good!
They're breaking that press, and then Todd's just slowly trailing down the floor, find himself wide open. Nice pass by John Amici.
Oh, great play by Burks. Oh, what an offense by the Greater London Leopards. 3-man basketball. That was pretty.
That was very pretty. I don't know if he passed the ball here or if it actually slipped off his hair grease. Nice play by Robert Youngblood.
Amici has it on the wing. Looks up to Makiba Perry. Amici drives. Nice play. Doesn't get the points. Jump ball. Good call by the official. Well, I say good call. Kind of. Makiba was all over Amici, but let's take another look at this.
That's a good move, though. He switches to his left hand, showing a little versatility for the big fella. Switches to the left. Couldn't get the finger roll to drop.
I think jump ball is a good call there. Amici has 6 points in this one. We're tied at 24.
Good hustle by Cuff there, couldn't come up with the ball. We're going to see Sheffield. You know, those are the type of plays that, you know, just during the season, a normal basketball game, you kind of hold on to the basketball. But when the title's at stake, sometimes it slips out of your hands.
Oh, what a move! Doesn't get the points, doesn't get the offensive board. Wow! Sheffield ball is the call. Oh, Billy doesn't like the call.
Chris Finch didn't like the call, and Billy didn't like the call. I don't know which. We can't keep anybody happy here today, Mike.
Doesn't get there. Mark Robinson with the offensive board and the putback. The scoreline, Sharks 26, Leopards 24. Latest score from the Wembley court, we have London Towers 15, Birmingham Bullets 19. So the Bullets lead that one by 4. John White, oh, that was a long way out. Couldn't get it to go. Terrell Myers to Michael Payne for 3. Doesn't get there. Rebound Cawthorn. And now Mark Robinson. Mark puts it on the floor, leaves it for Cawthorn. Will he make it 3 in a row? Todd Cawthorn, 3 for 3 from the three-point line.
He's wide open. Nice setup there by Mark Robinson. Good team basketball. And as we said, Todd Cawthorn can knock down the open 3.
The Sheffield Sharks have pulled this out to a 5-point affair. Great feed by Robert Youngblood, and it's raining in big plays in this game.
It's going back and forth. Good team basketball, great pass. Just great plays by great players.
Michael Payne gets it over to Terrell Myers. Mark Robinson throws it away.
He thought Terrell was going back door there, and he kind of lobbed it. Terrell faded out on him. Miscommunication by both players.
We're inside the final minutes of the first quarter. We're on the final day of the regular season in British basketball, and what action we've got going on. 2 big games taking place today. Youngblood on the post, working on Cawthorn. Double team comes, leaves. Burks wide open. Burks cannot finish the 3. Terrell Myers leaked out. They couldn't get him the ball. Mark Robinson has it. Now Myers on the ball for 3. Is good! Boy, it's raining 3s for the Sheffield Sharks.
The penetration and pitch out is really effective as we see Robinson set up another shooter. Nice play, and that is very effective at this moment against the Leopards.
We got a 6-point ball game. We've got 10 seconds left to play. Makiba Perry is hit by Mark Robinson. at the moment. If this was to be the end of the ball game, there's Mark Robinson just working on his footwear. If the games were to end here and now, the Leopards would come second in the championship and the Bullets would be the champions. But the game isn't going to end now.
We got a few more minutes to come. Just a few. As Mark finishes tying up his shoe.
Here's Makiba Perry. There's Burks on the ball, wraps it around. Makiba coming in.
They're going to say that he didn't have his arms straight up and down. It's hard to keep the arms straight up and down when you're getting a knee into the belly. But some reason the referees expect it.
Hey, Makiba Perry's had one heck of a season, hasn't he?
He's, they added him a bit late now. They weren't so sure at the beginning they were going to have him. Added him a bit late, and has he been a wonder for this club? He doesn't need a lot of shots because he gets a lot of rebounds and gets his shots off that, so he doesn't take anything away from the play of the two guards.
Myers up for no points. That was short. John White has it. 4 seconds. Burks, wow, doesn't get that. Burks will get it off in time. No, he won't. Whoa, what a ball game. British basketball action. Sheffield Sharks 32. Greater London Leopards 28. To win the championship, the Leopards have got to win this one. Are they going to? We'll find out.
And then just stop at the end of the promo. Yeah. And to Mike. Okay. Sure. Do you want to make this? Live snooker on Sky Sports tomorrow afternoon. It's the 1998 British Open. 7 days of live coverage starts from 2 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. Now let's get back to Mike Shaft.
Yep, and the action here, Sheffield Sharks lead this one by 32-28. We have got some action coming in from the Wembley court. A roundup of the first quarter. Let's take a look at this. Starting off with Tony Dorsey on the free throw line. Misses that one. That's 3 misses in a row. See if he gets this one. That's 4 misses from the line by Dorsey. Keith Robinson with the miss by Depeche. And here we are down low. Fab Flournoy takes the offensive board, puts it away. Latest score from Wembley is that the Bullets lead 15 points to 19. 15 to the Towers, 19 to the Bullets. That's the latest situation down in London. Here in Sheffield, the Sharks are leading 32 points to 28. So at the moment, everything favors the Bullets. And I wonder if the Leopards know that.
For Billy's standpoint, I hope not, because I think that's just going to add to the nervous and the tension. Leopards know they got to win. I think that's all they need to concentrate on at this moment.
Terrell Myers has the ball on the wing. John Amici's not in the ball game. Will Johnson is on the floor. Nice crossover. Doesn't get the points, and another board by Makiba Perry. Ryan Cuff pulls up, looks for 3. It's good.
Fast break basketball, Leopards' favor.
You know, I love the way Ryan Cuff on the fast break simply pulls up and knocks down the 3. There it is. In such control. It's a 1-point ball game in Sheffield. Broken up by Burks, and now we got a 3-on-1 break. Burks will go all the way, will get the whistle. Wave that Youngblood dunk away. Burks will go to the line for 2. Foul is called on Todd Cawthorn. Make that foul number 2. Nice move by Burks going. Here's Burks on the line for 2. That's Cawthorn's second foul.
it looks like, off our first 2 possessions here, Leopards starting to try and get into that transition game that they're so good at. I thought they looked to slow it up a little too much. And I think part of that was due to Sheffield, getting into that 2-1-2 defense. But right away, 2 possessions, Leopards looking to run.
Eric Burks made both of those, has 6 points personal. The full court pressure again. Mark Robinson was calling for the alley-oop. Will get the rebound. And Dion Haynes sets up for the Sharks. Sharks, of course, need to win this ball game to finish in 3rd place in the Budweiser League. The steal by Ryan Cup has Brian Moore. Burks down the middle, stolen away by Terrell Myers. It's 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Nice crossover. Gets the drop for 2. Terrell Myers. 34 points to 33. The Sharks lead this one. Myers has 7. Here's Brian Moore into the ball game, gives it up to Burks. Sheffield Sharks crowd calling for defense. Blood along the baseline. Oh, what a pass! Oh, what a beautiful pass by Robert Youngblood. He was kind of close to the baseline, had to extend. I thought he was shooting the basketball. Let's take another look at this.
He's doing a nice job today of setting up for Makiba Perry. He just rises above, sees that Makiba had tied on his back, dumped it off. Nice play.
Todd Cawthorn has his 3rd foul, will go to the bench. John Amici coming back into this one. Averages just about 3 fouls a game, so he's got him. Mark Robinson just having a chat to him, finding out. They're both on the bench at the moment. Chris Finch looking on. There they are. Makiba Perry gets the first. Makiba Perry averages 12 rebounds a game in this league. Doesn't get there. With the second one, we're tied at 34. Nice crossover. Spin move, foul is on Ryan Cup. First team foul for the 2nd quarter. Will come in from the sideline. Mark Robinson comes back into the ball game. Terrell Myers goes out. What do you make of it so far?
I still think both teams are trying to feel each other out. I don't think the Leopards are getting into enough transitional things that they normally do, but are doing a nice job of setting each other up in the post. I think the Sharks have found that penetration and pitch was working. I think they need to stick with that.
Mark Robinson gets a screen from Amici. Mark Robinson, doesn't get there. Rebound, Will Johnson is good. Mark Robinson works hard with that offensive possession. The Sharks lead this by 2. Eric Burks on the ball. John White calling for it. Burks doesn't give it up now. Youngblood comes and posts up on Amici. Amici will try and defend. The double team comes, then doesn't. Youngblood, the double team when it comes. Brian Moore for 3. In and out. Rebound, Makiba Perry. Doesn't get there. They say it was on the floor. The ball will come in from the end line.
Again, the workhorse, Makiba Perry, picking up, doing the dirty work. Nice job on that boards.
There's Makiba Perry. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
He can jump a little bit as well, Mike, which doesn't actually hurt him when he's trying to go after those rebounds.
Ian McKinney goes out. Terrell Myers comes back. John White in and out. Myers with the board. Mark Robinson. Robinson feels the pressure. Amici for 3. Doesn't get there. Foul, Will Johnson. Cleared Youngblood out of there. We have some stuff coming in from London. Here's Carl Brown on the ball. Drives down the middle, gives it up. Hamilton gets the 2 points. The ball game is tied in London. 28 points apiece. Remember, I will keep reminding you, Birmingham must win that ball game in order to win this championship. If they win it, that doesn't mean they have it. Remember, all the Leopards have to do is match Birmingham. Nice breakout by Hames. Robinson for the long two, doesn't get there, gets the offensive board, drives down the middle, gets it up. Offensive foul called on Mark Robinson.
I thought the defender did a nice job there. I thought Brian slid in there, took the charge, gutsy play. I think he's feeling the effects of it a little bit at the moment.
Mark Robinson has picked up foul number 2. Yeah, dumped it off, but the defender was there. Ball was coming from the sideline. In fact, Leopards do not get the shots on that one because they didn't have the possession of the ball. In fact, because the Sharks did have possession of the ball. Burks. Oh, what a pass. Will it drop? Yes, it will. What a pass by Eric Burks in traffic.
Sharks jumped into a little bit of a zone here, and the Leopards found the gap right away. Got that thing in the high post, bounced around and came up with a 2-point.
And it's a turnover at the other end. 36 points to the Sharks, 38 to the Leopards. Leopards back in the lead. So if it were to end here, the Leopards would win the championship. Is that right? Am I right?
You're right on target, Mike. As we see Sharks right back into this 2-3 zone. The one thing you don't want to do is leave either Brian Moore or John.
What a pass by Burks again! Oh my goodness! Almost too hot to handle for blood, but he got it at the second attempt, put it away for 2. It's a 4-point lead. The Leopards have it. Myers for 3. Doesn't get there, rebound Burks. 4-on-1 break. Burks to White, count the 2. No, you don't. Burks gives it back to him. And Chris Finch has seen enough, wants to talk it over. 36 points to the Sharks, 42 points to the Greater London Leopards. Great spell there for the Leopards.
Again, transition baskets. That's Leopards basketball. You know, John misses the layup, but when you got all kinds of guys running, you can get putbacks. Nice effort, good hustle by the Leopards.
Let's go down and take a listen to what Coach Billy Mims is going to say to his Greater London Leopards.
Right, you're back. Listen. Listen! They're in a 2-3 zone. We're going to keep going 4. Eric, dribble to blood side. Robert, I want you to go baseline all the way out of there. And curl back in on. Last time you didn't go out. Go cheat. Get behind Johnson and duck in. That would be easy for him to steal it. Mac, I want you to come across.
Okay, let's get some stuff from London. Here it comes again. There's a steal by Tony Dorsey. Dorsey goes down the middle. And 1! And the Bullets bench right that one. The score from Wembley. Towers 30, Bullets 36. We are back live at the Sheffield Arena. And there's the confirmation of the score from London. Towers 30, Birmingham 36. And the latest score here at Sheffield. Sheffield Sharks 36, Leopards 42. Leopards with a 6-point lead. All they've got to do is win this ball game to retain their championship. The ball will come in from the end line for the Sharks. Terrell Myers back to Dion Haynes. And here we go again now. Nice outlet pass. Mark gets it back. There's the point, set the situation at the moment. Only 4 points for the Sharks so far in this second quarter. They've been outscored by 10. And they do not get the drop there. Mark Robinson rejected by Makiba Perry. Burks breaks out, has White one way, Cuff the other. Cuff will go to the line for 2. Boy, do they explode or what?
They do. And you know, we noticed at the beginning of the second quarter, they were really looking to get outrun. They're definitely outrunning now.
There are your 2 coaches in the picture. Nearly a technical foul there on Chris Finch. Finch closest to us in the background. Here it is again. Oh boy, Burks is after the assist tonight. I think so.
And I think I like that style. You know, let's get out and run, get some people, some easy baskets, get the team comfortable. Nice job by the quarterback of this basketball team.
Ryan Cuff on the ball for the Greater London Leopards. Ryan Cuff, of course, joined this outfit after the problems down at Worthing, where he started the season. I think everybody who saw him play was very, very impressed. Greater London Leopards on a 10-0 run. 36-44. Sharks trail this one. They're on the ball. Dion Haynes. Technical foul call on Chris Finch. That's going to be 2 points. 2 shots make that and possession. No doubt about it, Richard Stokes ain't standing for no nonsense tonight.
No, he's not. He had warned Chris a bit earlier when you pointed out that Chris almost got one. He went after him again. Stokes has had enough of it and gave him the technical. He's got to be careful. Chris just needs to keep his head. He doesn't want to get tossed out of this basketball game.
He just went over the table, had a lot to say. If he gets another tee, he's gone.
Not only is he gone, but I do believe he's already had some points early in the season. He'd be suspended for some playoff games. Sharks do not need that at this time.
John White gets the first. Sheffield Sharks unable to defend these shots. And possession will be with the Leopards from the halfway line. So the Leopards on a great run. That's a 12-0 run if I'm right. And if they can come back with something here, it's going to go even further.
Yeah, it is. They're going to get possession. Chris took the ball out of their hands, gave some free throws, game possession. Chris has got to hang in here and just coach his basketball team.
Makiba Perry has the ball, got back to John White. Burks comes around the baseline, gets it down low to Youngblood. Should go back, in fact. The spin move. What a move by Burks. Doesn't get the points. Rebound, John Amici. Amici's got to step up here.
Yeah, he does. He and both Robinson got to get some baskets, and they got to look out for each other a little bit here.
Nice move by Amici. Doesn't get the points. Nice knock out of there. I think it was by Youngblood. Youngblood is slow coming up the court. Burks has the ball. Wraps it around to Makiba Perry. And they get it to John White. John White slows it down. Billy says, take it easy, calls for 10. Whatever that is. Ball is with Youngblood on the post. Youngblood goes to work. The spin move is good.
They're going to work the post in there, just a little isolation. Get the ball to Youngblood. Everybody else just space out. Nice job and nice move by Blood.
Billy is happy with the play of Eric Burks. 36-48. Greater London Leopards now on a 14-0 run. What a run.
Now, a run is what you call it because they are up and at it in the transition basketball.
We mentioned earlier that was something Billy wanted. He studied the tapes. He saw where the easy points come from. And they're a running team, no doubt about it. Terrell Myers has the ball to Michael Payne. They get it to Will Johnson in the paint. And Will Johnson finally breaks the run.
Sheffield finally just settled down, got the ball inside. They looked for Amici first, couldn't get him in there. Wilbur stepped in and got the basket.
38 points to 48, a 10-point ball game. Leopards with the lead. Oh, nice pass again by Burks. Tough play, gets it into Makiba Perry in the paint. Should have been a 3-second call, I think. Big board by John Amici. Mark Robinson moves across the paint, has it taken away by Youngblood, and Makiba Perry to John White. Ryan Cuff out right. White will take it all the way, doesn't get there, and Makiba couldn't pull it down. Payne gets it out to Mark Robinson to Amici. 3-on-2. Oh, foul is called on Ryan Cuff. I think Will Johnson got lucky there, cleared his man out to make a way for Amici to the line. Third foul on Ryan Cuff. Here it is again.
Yeah, Johnson just got out there at the last moment, kind of bailed himself out.
Yes, John Amici had such an effect in our ball game this year. Definitely made the Sharks a much, much better team when he joined them.
Oh, yeah. I can testify to that because I beat him twice when he wasn't here, and then all of a sudden he came along, and they just kicked us about 5 times in a row.
Misses the first. He's an amazing guy from the free throw line. On one night, he'll shoot you 14 from 14. Another night, he won't shoot you 50%. Burks on the ball. Eric Burks just looking ahead, sees what's on. Nearly a travel, but gets it down low to Youngblood. Brian Moore's coming up, spotting up. They get it to Burks. Will he take the 3? Yes, he will. Doesn't get there. Rebound, Michael Payne. We put a little pressure on Michael, but he gets it out there. And the ball is now with Mark Robinson.
They brought it. Myers is on the, the little Deion Haynes is on the bench, so the Sharks are bringing it up by committee. No real point guard, so just kind of everybody bringing it up.
Myers doesn't get there. Big rebound by John White. Ooh, I think that came off Will Johnson, but I might be wrong. Ball will come in from the end line. They say Sheffield's ball. I think we need a wipe on the floor. 39 points to the Sharks, 48 to the Greater London Leopards. This game, of course, live on the ultimate day in British regular season basketball. From here on in, it's the playoffs. Billy Mims looking cool. Still kind of a little concerned. You could just see a little concern there. He knows they've got to win this ball game to win the championship. They cannot depend on the London Towers winning down in London. Will Johnson with a nice offensive board puts it away. There's a warning onto the Sheffield bench. The play is not allowed to touch the ball after it's gone through the basket.
Give a T, baby, give a T.
Leopards to bring the ball in. There's the Leopards bench. Ryan Cuff on the bench with 3 fouls, of course. Sheffield Sharks on a little run of their own. And John White knocks down a 3 to pull it back out to a 10-point ball game. Myers to Robinson. Robinson puts it up. It's long. Rebound, Youngblood. Here's John White. Burks gets ahead. Ryan Moore has it. Burks posts up. Burks goes to work. Wraps it around off Amici. 1 minute 45 left to play in the half. There's Eric Burks having a great day with the assists, etc. Not really scoring a lot of points at the moment. John White puts it into Burks. Eric has 8 points. Feeds Jason Crump down low. Crump goes to work. Crump, of course, with the sky hook. Does get the drop.
That's his move, Mike. He likes coming off that left shoulder to that right-hand hook. It's a pretty move for the big fella.
Hey, they know all about it here. He used to play for him. Myers has it. Leopards lead it by 12.
Get a little physical down there. Mark Robinson and Eric Burks getting into a little bit. Little elbows flying.
That is the first foul on Eric Burks. Here it is again. You can see him right on your picture there. Just fighting for position. That's all they're doing. As Michael Payne knocks down a big 3. Burks drives. Oh, Amici make that. It was either Amici or Will Johnson, I think, got a piece of that. Here's Michael Payne for 2. Doesn't get there. Robinson pulls it in. They say foul on Burks. Reach it. Amici on the ball down low. Amici lays a move on Jason Crump. You know, I like Jason, but he can't live with Amici down there.
No, he's got to hope that the referees will close their eyes and he can just hug them. But if the referee's eyes are open, he's in trouble.
And you know, they're good pals. They did a lot of their young, you know, sort of 10, 11, 12-year-old basketball development together with Mike Burton down there at Chester and some other guys around the league as well. Timeout has been called. Less than a minute left to play in the first half of this ball game. 44 points to the Sharks, 53 to the Leopards. Let's go down here what Billy's saying.
Hey, now remember, listen, remember, okay? When they set that, you called it, you saw it coming, didn't you? There was a screen, double screen for you. I heard Eric say to you, Brian, watch the screen, okay? When that guy comes off, it's hard as hell for Eric to fight through 4 people, okay? And he's just, if Eric chases, which he did, he's standing right there, they got it to, he's got to chase all the way there. He got the 3. I heard him say it before the play started, okay? You just got to listen and communicate, all right? When you see it, talk. Nobody even moves. Call what you want. If you're going to switch, switch. Now listen, when he misses these two, we're in the bonus down here. So whatever we do, I'm going to the bucket. Let's go 14 high. Jason, you come up and set the screen. All right? All right, Eric?
There's John Tresvant in the house. Oh, Yorick Williams as well, former Manchester player. Tresvant is now a Manchester player, won the championship last year with the Leopards, but more importantly, qualified with Manchester through the back door last night. They got rid, they've done the Chester Jets, they have done the Leicester Riders, Manchester in the playoffs, and boy, this season is just beginning for some of these guys.
I think John showed up to thank me, which was very thoughtful.
Amici gets the first. What do you make of the timeout by Billy?
I think he's just trying to get an isolation play again, make sure they get a good basket down here. You'll see a set offense down here at the other end.
Burks on the ball. Burks with a killer crossover. Brian Moore has the ball. Now Burks pops out, gets it back. 46 to 53. Another crossover, walked with it.
We're trying to come off that screen on the ball, and Eric lost his balance.
34 seconds left to play. Here it is again. There's the spin move. Once that second leg came down, I think that was the walk.
Sheffield could get out of jail here now. They're only down by 7 with 30 seconds to go. They get this thing down to 5 or even under 5. Finch is out of jail heading into the second half.
Turnovers hurting both teams here, 9 apiece. Will Johnson gets the 2.
Nice pass, nice play, good hands.
We have 10 seconds left to play in this first half. Burks on the ball. They lead 48-53. John White pops out, puts it up for 3, doesn't get there. Rebound Myers, won't get it off in time. We are at the end of the first half. And what a ball game. 48 points to the Sharks, 53 to the Leopards. It ain't just a ball game, it's just an awesome day of sport.
And just a reminder that the Leopards need to win this game. If they do, they're going to win the league title, win back-to-back titles. Still all to play for, though. The Sharks still very much in this one. We'll be back straight after this break.
Towers were adamant that there were going to be no celebrations here in their gym for the Birmingham Bullets, and they started off like that as well. A 13-4 lead early on before Nigel Lloyd gave the Bullets a bit of a wake-up call with 3 three-pointers. They led by 19-15 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, back came the Towers from a 28-21 deficit, a 3 from Defish, and they managed to tie it at 28. Then 2 three-point plays for Fabulous Flournoy and Tony Dorsey have given the Bullets a 36-30 half-time lead. They lead by 6, and the dream is still alive for the Bullets here at Wembley. Greyhound racing coming up on Sky Sports. 9 races in all, including the 1998 Greyhound Grand National. That's on Tuesday night from 7:30 here on Sky Sports 1.
here at the Sheffield Arena. It's the Sharks against the Leopards, and the Leopards leading by 5 here. And remember that in our other game down at Wembley, the half-time score there. Oh, a reminder first of all that the Leopards lead the Sharks by 5 points. If the Leopards win this game, they will retain their league title. Meanwhile, half-time down at Wembley, Birmingham leading the Towers by 6 points down there. Bob Donewald is back with me now. Bob, I suppose, in some ways, Sheffield will think themselves a bit fortunate just to be 5 points down here.
Yeah, they will. I thought Leopards did a nice job coming out of into that second quarter, really got the tempo going, which plays in their favor. Sheffield finally settled it down, but it was late, and got themselves basically back into a basketball game where they have a chance in the final 20 minutes.
Because the Leopards were, what, 4 points down going into that second quarter, but they came out and they managed to turn that round pretty quickly. A Ryan Cuff three-pointer.
They came off firing, and it started with the Ryan Cuff three-pointer, as we'll see here. Just, you know, Leopards basketball, athletes looking to block shots, grabbing rebounds, and away they go. And those shooters get to spotting up and driving to the basket. Cuff doing a nice job just teeing up, getting the three.
Should Sheffield be blaming themselves at all for letting the Leopards get on a bit of a roll?
As you see the trail of that screen, it was all blue shirts, which means they're not getting back on D. So at this point, yeah, they cannot be happy giving up 53 points in the first half.
Well, Chris Finch certainly a little unhappy with that second quarter performance from Sheffield. Let's take a look at the numbers and see what we can glean from this. Bob, what do you make of those?
Yeah, you got to be hitting, decent 33% from three-point range, so you're okay with that. 61% from the field for the Greater London Leopards says a lot, and it says a lot about just getting some easy baskets that Sheffield are giving up.
And on the boards, well, I think that Sheffield have the edge here, certainly overall, Bob.
Yeah, I thought that's what got them the lead early. I thought the rebounding down at the other end also got them back into a game. They got some offensive rebounds. They got some defensive rebounds.
What about the bench scoring there?
Bench scoring is going to be in Sheffield's favor. They're bringing off better players, much better players than what the Leopards are. Leopards go 5, maybe 6 deep.
Todd Cawthorne, 9 points from the bench. I think they were all 3-pointers as well for Sheffield. Let's take a look at the leadometer, because it was interesting, wasn't it? The Leopards up by, what, 12 points at one stage?
Yeah, and then finally, that at that timeout that actually the Leopards took, Chris finally must have settled them into some things. They then started this running offense, got some baskets, got the lead down to 5.
Okay, Bob, more from you in a moment. Let's go courtside, though, to Julian Waters. Julian.
And this is the story from Wembley. Birmingham perhaps a little nervous at the start as London got off to a great start. Carl Brown draining a 3 there. They led by 13-4 at one point. But anything Brown can do, Nigel Lloyd can do equally well. 4 consecutive three-pointers put Birmingham ahead. London tied it up midway through the second quarter. It was James Hamilton with the basket for 28 all. But a Birmingham steal just before the break led to Tony Dorsey getting the final points of the half. They lead by 6. With the big picture from Wembley now, here's Rob Dugdale.
Well, the London Towers were adamant that there were going to be no celebrations here in their gym for the Birmingham Bullets, and they started off like that as well. A 13-4 lead early on before Nigel Lloyd gave the Bullets a bit of a wake-up call with 3 three-pointers. They led by 19-15 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, back came the Towers from a 28-21 deficit, a 3 from Defish, and they managed to tie it at 28. Then 2 three-point plays for Fabulous Flournoy and Tony Dorsey have given the Bullets a 36-30 half-time lead. They lead by 6, and the dream is still alive for the Bullets here at Wembley.
Thanks, Rob. And Bob, what do you make of what's going on down there, then?
Tony Dorsey, what can you say? He's that type of player. He's a special player, and I think he's going to pull them through there tonight.
And with Nigel Lloyd as well, they've got the experience there, and in this sort of situation, that could be vital. 2
veterans that have won a lot of games, throughout their careers, as well as here in this country. I just don't see them letting something like this slip away when they got a chance to bring home a championship.
They have to hope, of course, that the Leopards slip up here. What chance do you think of that happening now?
I think it's going to be, again, up to Sheffield. I thought they really got out of their game plan. I thought they set it well, got into some things, and really got away from what they started. It's going to be interesting to see if they regroup here in this third quarter.
And again, Leopards are going to have to hold their nerve. It's getting
Leopards got to hold their nerve, and Leopards got to keep running and keep that tempo coming. If Leopards get to running, they're going to have this trophy.
Okay, thanks very much for now, Bob. We'll have the second half for you live from the Sheffield Arena. We'll also be keeping an eye, of course, on the situation at Wembley. Sheffield Sharks 48, the Greater London Leopards 53. We're back with the second half straight after this break. Stay with us. go in the NBA season, and two sides still trying to secure their playoff spots. It's Atlanta against New York. That is our game. Sky Sports 1, Friday at 7:30. Right now, we are live on the last day of the Budweiser League season at the Sheffield Arena. The Sharks trailing the Towers by 5 points. Mike Shaft.
Yep, and the Sharks here looking for playoff position. If they can win this one, they finish third in the Bud League. If they lose it, it's possible they're going to finish fourth. And of course, well, the Leopards just want to win, because if they do, they win the championship.
Pressure's on. We're down to the final 20 minutes. It's been a great year, and all these games came through, and it's down to the final 20 minutes.
There's John Amici. I think John's going to have to come with something now if the Sheffield Sharks are going to win this one.
John's got to come with some offense and some rebounding, but I think the Sheffield Sharks basketball team's got to get together and get gang rebound and gang transition defense and try and slow the Greater London Leopards down.
Both teams kind of slow coming onto the floor. Coaches want to have final word with them. 48 points to the Sharks, 53 to the Greater London Leopards. Let me just take a second here and ask you about last night. What happened to your guys last night?
I was awful, my team was awful, and we got beat.
But the Riders have done so much to get so close to a playoff spot.
Yeah, we had. As good as we were down the stretch, I thought we were playing really good basketball. The bottom fell out, and we couldn't get it done the final game.
Okay, we start the second half. Sheffield Sharks on the ball, on the floor for the Sharks. Dion Haynes, Todd Cawthorn, John Amici, Terrell Myers, and Mark Robinson. They have the ball. Whoa, Amici took a shot there from Makiba Perry. Amici goes baseline, too fast for Perry.
Mike, just like you said, they're going right to Amici trying to get him some points.
There it is again. Amici will spin towards the camera. There it is. Just a little too quick for Makiba Perry. Perry picks up foul number 1. Makiba Perry already doing a good job here for his coach. Has 9 points and 10 rebounds, and still a half of basketball to be played. Cawthorn has the ball to Dion Haynes. They get it to Amici. Amici drives, pulls up, and fails to get the 2. Burks wants the ball wiping.
I think once you get it, touch Robert Youngblood in the head, and they've got to clean it off.
You're going to stick with that one, aren't you?
This could be an ongoing thing, Mike.
Referee Colin Gerrard says put a new 30 on the clock.
I think Colin would do good in a blood due. What do you think?
Billy's getting one for the playoffs. Eric Burks on the ball. John White comes around all the screens and gets the ball. Puts it up for 3. Doesn't get there. And good boxing out by Todd Cawthorn. There's a nice long pass by Robinson. Gets it back. Robinson doesn't get there. Gets a whistle. Is it on Youngblood or is it on Makiba Perry? Let's take a look. They say, I think, Youngblood. Say he got him on the arm and kind of pulled out to me.
Yeah, I thought he pulled out there as well. Again, Colin right there on the play. And as we saw in the first half, they're going to continue to call the tight basketball game, which makes it smart to take the ball to the basket like Mark did.
Because you're going to come back with something.
Yeah, you're either going to get the easy 2 points or you're going to get to the free throw line. Now you just got to knock down your free throw.
Mark gets one of the 2. 9:02 left to play, 49 to 53. Burks to Youngblood. Oh, that's nice. Robert Youngblood knocked down. A big 2 on the assist by Eric Burks. Cawthorn wraps it around, gets it to Amici Myers. Nice first move up for the 2. Will he get the drop? No, he won't. Offensive ball by Cawthorn. Dion Haynes drives, count the 2.
Penetration, the rebounding. Ty Cawthorn's having a pretty good game here tonight.
And John White answers in transition at the other end. 51-57, 6-point ball game. Leopards to win the championship. They don't even need to worry what's going on in London. All they've got to do is win this one. We're going to tell you what's going on in a moment down there. A turn around and the knockdown by Amici. Whistle on the play. Nice lob pass to Burks. Oh, that's a great play.
Got around
it. Great play.
Got around in front, threw it over the top. Dion didn't see it coming. He was the weak side help. He had to pick it up.
And Dion gives it up. And they get out on a 3-on-1 break. John White gives it up to Burks. Burks gets the 2.
Again, transition basketball playing in their favor. Leopards are really playing well at this moment. They just got to keep it coming and coming. Lots of smiles out of Billy Mims.
Yeah. Billy knows he can hold on to win this one. He wins the back-to-back championships. Robinson going to work on John White. Oh, pretty move on the post by Mark Robinson.
Sheffield Sharks find it easy to score, as we see again the back down. It's easy to get baskets, but again, they've got to come up with some defensive stops if they want to get the win here at home tonight.
Ryan Cuff has the ball to Youngblood and Burks. John White comes off the screen again. This time doesn't take the 3, gets it to Burks. Burks for 3 is good. 55 points to the Sharks, 64 to the Leopards. Mark Robinson doesn't get there. Hawthorne should put this away. We're going to take a look at what's going on in London. We have some action from down there. Danny Lewis. Dorsey with the turnaround doesn't get there. Rebound, Neville Austin. Danny Lewis pushes, gets it up, is good for 2 to make the score 45-43 to the Towers. And now Nigel Lloyd. Lloyd puts it up, knocks down the 3, gives the Bullets a score of 48. And points are good there for the line. The latest score is London lead 49 points to 48, a 1-point ball game. In that situation, irrespective of what happens here, the Leopards would win the championship.
Yeah, but don't count out Nigel Lloyd and Tony Dorsey down the stretch. They've had a lot of close games. Mike Finger's done a great job coaching down the stretch, and they've come up with some big wins in some close ball games.
Burks on the ball at this one. Youngblood gets open, spins on Amici. Amici with a little Hollywood, doesn't get anything. John White and Amici. Somebody pulled somebody back. Foul, I think, is on Makiba Perry. Makiba doesn't like the call, but he's smiling, so it's cool. Not quite sure what went on there, but I'm a long way away from the play, so I'm saying no.
I must be even further, Mike, I don't know either.
You're a hard man, Dunwald. I'm trying to be as nice as I can. A steal by John White. White gets off. White drives. Offensive foul. No doubt about that one, John. Out of control.
Todd Cawthorn is playing good back. He's getting rebounds. He's getting putbacks. He hit some 3s in the first half, and now he's even taking charges. I like the job Todd's doing to try and get the Sheffield Sharks going.
There's White, drives right down the middle, and Todd Cawthorn comes in, takes up his position. The only thing I will say is Todd kind of turned his shoulder. You got to take that on the chest, Todd.
Yeah, you do have to take it on the chest. The main thing is the officials watching your feet. You cannot slide over. I'm not so sure they saw him change his shoulder.
Robinson, pretty. Oh, baby! Mark Robinson says, in your face! What a play by Mark! Somebody's got a T, is that? What we got? Somebody's got a technical. Don't know who it's on. Somebody has got a technical foul. They say it's on Mark Robinson. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he said. He's going over to talk to the official. Oh, he knocked the ball away is what they say. Now, they have been warned about that. They have been warned about it. Let's take another look. Earlier, I pointed it out to you. Mark knocks down the... Oh, man, if that's a T, I'm an Irishman. God, blimey. The foul situation, Mark Robinson now has 4, and a whole lot of guys on 3. Cawthorn, McKinney, Perry, White, Youngblood, and Co. How could that be a technical foul offense?
The funny part about it, Mike, and I think the problem that Mark's going to have with it is all year you get warnings and warnings and warnings and nothing happens. And now all of a sudden you get to the last game of the year and all of a sudden they're going to decide, well, it's a technical.
Okay, John White is going to get a spell on the bench, has those 3 fouls. Mark Robinson gets a spell on the bench. He's got 4 fouls. And hey, I'm with Mark on this one if he's complaining, because I can't believe that call.
Yeah, and he's having a good game. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 points. It was one heck of a move to the basket.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. You know, it was such a big play. It kind of spoiled the play almost.
It spoiled it for me. I sat back down, Mike.
Foul is called on Ryan Cuff, and he's aiming for a tee, and he gets one. Oh, baby. And another tee. Somebody else has got another tee. I think that's 2 tees on Ryan Cuff. Now, and that makes foul number 5. Foul number 5 on Ryan Cuff has gone from this one, and the crowd is going to let him know all about it. There's the assistant coach just having a little chat with him, trying to not get him too depressed. Rowan Thompson, the assistant coach, one of the assistant coaches. Both officials are at the one official at the table, both coaches. They're just trying to work out exactly what's happening.
I think they should be checking with Colin exactly what happened. I don't think anyone else has a clue.
Okay, he's going to talk to the officials now. Second one is on the bench. Now the situation is this. Ryan Cuff had 4 fouls. He picked up number 5 with the first technical foul. That means he goes to the bench. The second technical foul is therefore on the bench, which is on the coach, which means 2 shots and possession. So I think we're looking here at 4, possibly 6 shots and possession. 6 shots and possession. Oh my goodness.
And Mike, strangely enough, we got a 6-point ball game.
Billy Mims is arguing that Ryan Cuff didn't swear.
We've got a 6-point ball game. They could tie it up with the free throws and take the lead with possession. All of a sudden, Mark Robinson's technical doesn't look so bad.
You realize this one could go on a while, don't you?
And Billy's got to be careful because he doesn't want to get another technical.
Okay. Nobody will defend this. Dion Haynes will go to the line. I think we're talking here about 6 shots and possession. Let's see. We'll count it. We'll see. Could be 4. We'll see. He misses the first. Gets the second. That's 2. That's 3. 2 for 3 on this one.
Chris Finch might want to go back to the All-Star game rule and give him 25 pounds for every free throw he hits.
3 for 4, I think. Oh, they're only saying 2 for 4 shots. Oh boy, what is going on here?
I don't think, now the table's going to call him over. He's
got to call him. There's another 2 to come.
Yes, there is.
Somebody take control, please. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got now. There's Richard Stokes actually running.
It's good hustle by Stokes. I like that.
They're in the penalty, so there's 2 more to come, guys. Thank you. The crowd knew it.
Now what officials have a tendency to do is the team that they have penalized with technicals will start to get some calls. It'll be interesting, in the games this season. That's what's going on. It'll be interesting to see if Leopards start to get a few calls because the officials now feel badly about all the technicals they have given out.
Okay, still the Leopards unable to defend this. If they come up with 2 here, it'll be a 1-point ball game. But remember, the Sharks get the ball back. It doesn't come up with 2. gets one. So now we got us a 2-point ball game. Sharks 63, Leopards 65, and the Sharks have the ball. If anything, it's going to get the crowd into this one.
Yeah, it's going to get the crowd in, and whichever team starts to complain and nag is going to be the team in trouble. Whoever settles down and plays basketball will be okay.
Amici has the ball down low, great pass, and it's stolen away, and Burks keeps it alive. Make that. Youngblood keeps it alive. Burks, what a dribble. Walked with it. No, he didn't. I think he did, but he didn't get called. Makiba Perry with the offensive board. Great play, Makiba Perry.
Yeah, this whole scenario could definitely work in Leopards' favor. They're going to miss the traveling call, and the Leopards seem a bit fired up now. They're a little bit upset with the officials, but they're going to go ahead and play hard.
Michael Payne for three. Doesn't get there. Rebound, Makiba Perry. Make that number 13, I think. Outlet to John White. White off the glass. Doesn't use the glass. Gets the offensive board. Still doesn't get there. Rebound, Todd Cawthorn. Here come the Sharks again. Dion Hayes has Amici to the right. Amici on the ball. Amici fakes the pass. Takes the two. Doesn't get there. Dion pulls down the board. Amici to finish the play. That's 2 points.
That was a nice little pass in there, transition, but a little fella, I don't know how he came up with a rebound, but he did, and it flipped it to John.
The latest from London is that they're tied 56 apiece in the final quarter. Remember, if the Bullets lose that game, they cannot win the championship. Irrespective of what happens here, if the Bullets lose that game, they cannot win the championship. 4:15 left to play in the third. Are we in the third here? Is that right?
We're in the eighth.
Round. Ball to come in from the end line. John White to put it in. Youngblood gets it. Burks has it. And John White comes off the screen. That's a foul. Oh, John, you should have gone up for the shot. You'd have got three shots. Instead, it'll come in again from the end line.
Robert set a nice screen as John came off that baseline screen. Robert Rengbug did a nice job of getting Payne's screen.
You see both coaches in your picture just then calling the plays. Burks for three. And a three! There's Burks, comes off round the back, knocks down a big three. I'm told that score from London, by the way, 56 apiece. Towers have just missed 4 free throws, which took it to that score. So they could have been up by 4 had they made those free throws. Myers with a nice play. That was pretty.
Yeah, he was working around with Amici a little bit. Cawthorn was open, but he went ahead and got in there, teed up the big long two, got it down.
So now it's a 3-point ball game. Sharks 67, Leopards 70. Youngblood on the ball, in the paint, is good. Nearly a turnover, definitely a turnover. Sharks got a lot of help with those free throws, but they look kind of rattled here.
Yeah, they do. They're not playing it quite together, and they need to kind of just regroup here a little bit.
Burks from the other side, takes the three, doesn't get there. Foul is called on Makiba Perry. Makiba Perry picks up foul number 4. Boy, I tell you, if this goes to overtime, man, we could have nobody on this floor. Makiba Perry goes out, back in. Well, I think this may be his first time on the floor, actually. Mike Defoe, former Manchester player, now playing his ball down at the Leopards. Look at this foul situation. Ryan cuffed on from this one. Robinson of Sheffield has 4, Perry has 4, and a whole truckload of guys on 3.
If both teams are in foul trouble, I think it favors Sheffield, because Sheffield's bench is a little bit deeper and a little more talented than that of the Leopards.
Michael Payne gets the first, you know. Is there a certain amount of nerves coming into this one? Because Billy and his guys must know that they're just around the corner from a championship.
There's some nerves. I don't think that has to do with the officials. I don't know if the officials are nervous and just quick with the whistle. I don't think that has any effect with the calls that are going on here tonight.
Mike Defoe pulls down the defensive board. Burks has the ball. 3 minutes 10 left to play in the third.
Second time down, the Sharks are going to get into this little 2-3 zone.
Brian Moore gets it. Oh, they say he traveled with it, and you agree.
I thought he moved that back pivot foot. He had to keep it down, and he didn't. He drug it.
Talking about a foul free throw situation, let's take a look at this. Sheffield Sharks shooting 68% on 15 for 22. Greater London, 14 for 19, 74%. We all thought John Amici was going to live on the line tonight. Hasn't been the case, has it?
No, it hasn't, but both teams are getting to the free throw line. Both teams getting to the free throw line equal amount of times.
Cawthorne for another three is long that time. Rebound, Michael Payne. Dion Hames will reset. Michael Terrell Myers has it. Goes for the three and knocks it down. Boy, that guy is so smooth.
He's got ice in his veins, Mike. We've seen him knock down some big pressure threes, and here you see him again from deep.
Cuts it to a one-point affair with 2.5 left to play in the third. Brian Moore has the ball to John White. White gets a nice screen from Defoe, puts it up as long. Youngblood knocks it back. Will Brian Moore save it? No, he won't. Good attempt, good attempt.
I think it's good coaching by Chris Finch. He went to the zone with a little bit of a gamble with all those shooters, but they're rotating out there after him and doing a good job of rattling the Leopards offense.
Of course, in the zone, the defender, the help, has got to move over and cover the man with the ball.
Yeah, they've got it. You're basically guarding an area, and what tends to happen is you lose sight of weak side players, and shooters can get loose and free on that weekend.
Myers doesn't get there that time. Burks has the ball. Burks with a funky little dribble. Has John White outright. Doesn't use him. Takes it all the way home.
That's one way to break a zone. Just take it coast to coast and lay it in. Nice move by Eric Burks.
And now Dion Hames inside the final 2 minutes of the third to Todd Cawthorne. Myers has it. Now Myers, bigger guard than Brian Moore. Dion Hames gives it up, and the outlet to John White. Watch out! John White, a nice outlet pass. I think it was by Youngblood.
Getting some offense off the defense makes life easy.
You know, it's when these guys leak out, I think it's so important. Greater London Leopards have had 14, make that 19 points from 14 turnovers by the Sheffield Sharks. That's a good return.
Yeah, it is, and that's, you know, what Billy was talking about earlier before this game started. Get some steals, get some fast breaks, really get some transition baskets, makes life easy.
Brian Moore. We have some action coming in from London once again. Let's take a look at this. This is from the tip-off for the fourth quarter. Great outlet. Oh, great pass by Tony Dorsey for the Haslam 2. And here's Depeche, gets the ball way over the court. Great move to the hole by Carl Brown, puts it away for 2. There's Coach Mike Finger looking for a championship his first year in British basketball. Dorsey puts it up for 3 and knocks it down. And here is Danny Lewis. Danny Lewis drives along the baseline, gets the 2. The score at London with 3 minutes to go. They are tied at 60. There it is, confirmation, 60 apiece. Burks doesn't get there. Who's got the ball? Myers can't save it. Woo! Action coming in from both ends of the country. Well, almost both ends of the country. Inside the final minute. It is the final day of regular season in British basketball. From here on in, it's the playoffs. Killer crossover by Burks. The drop step. Oh, baby! Youngblood. Oh, he felt that one. He felt that one. Woo! 72-78. Leopards again pulling it out. Myers has it. Myers is fouled by Brian Moore. You know, I'll say this, the officials have been calling this tight, but they've been calling it fair. Anybody put a hand on anybody, no matter which team, there's going to be a whistle.
Yeah, you can't complain. If you mouth off the official, you're going to get technical. If you put a hand on somebody, you're going to get a foul. It's fair and it's very consistent. Teams just taking a little bit long to adjust to it because it hasn't been this way all year. You can walk into a game and be allowed one day, not allowed another.
But, you know, this is where it gets really tense as we head for the playoffs. You know, the officials have got to step up because the players are stepping up.
Yeah, so they're going to keep control of the situation. I don't mind that at all.
Okay, here's some more action from London. They have 1 minute left to play in the ball game in London. Here it is. Reggie Kirk will get the ball. There's Reggie Kirk from the corner, puts it up for 3. The 3 is good. The Sharks have have a 3-point lead in London, 65-62. So the Sharks here are trailing by 4. Leopards winning this one by 4 in London. The Bullets are leading by 3. The Bullets have got to win that ball game and hope that the Leopards lose this one for them to win.
The way this one's going, they might have time to get showered and drive on up and see the fourth quarter, Mike.
Oh, well, you know, I believe the trophy's here, so if they want to collect it, they better be here.
Let's make that phone call. Tell them drive on up.
Leon Hames, 6 for 7 from the line tonight, 86%. Ooh, he's hot from the line tonight. Burks has the ball. Burks round the back. Burks wraps it around to Youngblood. Gets it off, doesn't get there. There it is, the end of the third. A great day's basketball action, a great day's sporting action live on Sky. The Sheffield Sharks trail this one by 2. More after this.
Two big Premiership games this week on Sky Sports. Monday, Blackburn against Manchester United. Wednesday, Leeds against Chelsea. Both games, Sky Sports 1 from 7 o'clock. Right now, you're watching the finale to the league season in the Budweiser League. Here at Sheffield, Sheffield trail the Greater London Leopards by just 2 points. Remember, if the Leopards win this, they will retain their title. Mike has news from Wembley.
We got news from everywhere. I'm telling you, Keith Robinson has just knocked down a big 3 in London, and the Towers now trail. They trail. There it is. It's over. Birmingham get the win. Birmingham win that one, 65-67. So Birmingham are still in the season. The Leopards here lead by 2. But there's Mike Finger. The Birmingham Bullets win the ball game. So whatever happens, they're on a 7-game streak going into the playoffs. They can do no more now. They've done all they can do. Now they got to pray that the Sheffield Sharks can beat the Greater London Leopards in this one, because I tell you, this has been fantastic. Let's come back now. Live pictures for the final quarter here at Sheffield. The situation we now know is this: if the Leopards lose this ball game, the Bullets win the championship. Mark Robinson is back on the floor, spent quite a bit of space. Oh, that's a walk. Yeah, Mark walked. Just lost the ball. Boy, you know, Billy, I bet Billy hopes he doesn't know what went on in London. I can tell you, the London guys, I can see the pictures from London there. They're around the television in London. They're watching this game. But there they are. I don't know if they've got commentary, but they've certainly got pictures, and they are waiting to see whether the Sharks can make their season. Because all that has to happen is for the Sharks to beat the Leopards, and the Bullets will be champions. On the ball, Dion Haynes, 9 minutes 20 left to play. Still a 2-point ball game. Sharks trail the Leopards by 2. Remember, Ryan Cuff has fouled out of this one. Mark Robinson has the ball down low, gets it to Todd Cawthorne. What a great pass by Mark Robinson.
Nice job by Mark.
Double team comes, he finds the open man.
Nice job by Mark. Nice offense there. Kevin spread, and then when they went to double, the man cut underneath the basket for the easy deuce.
There's Harry Rubleski, owner and chairman of the Birmingham Bullets. They're looking on. You're getting pictures live into the box. Great save by Todd Cawthorne. We're tied at 78. Cawthorn back to Myers for 3. Doesn't get there. Rebound, John White. White with the outlet to Burr. Youngblood knocks down the 2. Now we got us a 2-point lead with the Leopards. You know that arrow they have in the NCCA? Okay, we need one here, so it leans one way for who's going to win the championship. Mark Robinson doesn't get there, but Todd Cawthorn puts it back. And now we're tied at 80. Boy, I tell you, this has been a great season of British basketball, and it's down to the wire, as the saying goes.
Sharks back into that zone. Watch out for a three-pointer.
John White doesn't get there. Rebound, Amici. John Amici's been real quiet in this one. Robinson wraps it around. Offensive foul, the call. Offensive foul, the call. Todd Cawthorn was about to go and say something to the official. John Amici got in the way. We're going to take another look at this. Let's take another look at this. That's the 4th foul on Todd Cawthorn. There's the pass. John White, no, it's... I think he might have been there. I think he might have been there.
It's hard to say. It's a bang-bang call. Stokes is a veteran official, a very good official in this league, right on the play. Main thing, most importantly, Todd's got to keep his head. He doesn't need to get kicked out of this game on a technical.
Mike Defoe on a great pass by Robert Youngblood, a nice high-low play. They get it down to Defoe in the paint, who comes up with a 2. His first points in what is turning out to be the championship game. Mark Robinson has it. Todd Cawthorn. Whoa, that's a foul by Mike Defoe. Woo. Foul call. That's the first on Mike Defoe. You can see it at the top of your picture. Defoe definitely working Amici out of there. But John should be able to live with Mike Defoe.
A couple big bodies.
Robinson for no points. Rebound, John White. Burks, nearly a steal by Myers. Burks has it. Will he go all the way? He won't get any points. Mark Robinson with the offensive board. Foul is on John White. Foul is on John White. That's 4. Is this one going to go to overtime just to extend it a little bit? Billy, we know what you're going through. We're going through it up here as well.
If it goes to overtime, Billy's slumped over now. He may be laying down come overtime.
It's a 2-point ball game. The Leopards now, the situation is quite clear. To win the championship, the Leopards must win the game. If they lose the game, the Birmingham Bullets will be champions. They're watching the game live in London at the moment on the floor at the London Towers. Great move by Amici. Oh, that's a goaltend.
He came over quickly. I don't know if it's a goaltend or not, Mike, but he came over quickly and got rid of that shot in a hurry.
Let's take a... Are we going to get to see this again? I'm not sure. Here it is again. Let's see if it's a goaltend. Not allowed to touch the ball on the way down. 2 points are good. Amici. Now we're tied at 82. This is a long way from over, Coach.
Yeah, 6:39. There's plenty of basketball to be played. It'll be interesting to see how long Chris Finch stays in the zone as we see right back into it, the 2-3 zone.
Youngblood has the ball back to Burks. Burks drives. Great pass. Oh, what a play. Should have been an and one. Awesome play by Bucks and Youngblood. Youngblood comes up with a big jam. Nice bounce pass into the lane, and Youngblood was up there.
Penetration against the zone was very effective. Drew the man, dished it off. Nice finish by Youngblood.
The turnaround off the glass is no good. Rebound, Youngblood, and here comes the Leopards again. John White has the ball. White wraps it around. Burks gets it to Brian Moore. Mike Defoe working on the post on Amici, and John White has it. White, ugly dribble, I think he walked with it. Yeah, took an extra step. Took an extra step, John. I think he did.
Yeah, John's upset. Billy's upset. I thought that was a pretty good call by Colin.
No, Billy isn't upset there. Billy knows. I know that face. Billy knows. What a ball game. What a season. What a sport. British basketball action, y'all. Finch. Mark Robinson gets the ball to Amici. Still Amici. To Matt Hames for 3. Doesn't get there. Oh, Cawthorn will come down with this. Up for 3. And he knocks it down. Terrell Myers knocks down the three, and everybody, hey, I gotta tell you this. I have got to tell you this. This isn't Birmingham fans. These are London Towers fans in your picture. London Towers fans do not want the Leopards to win this championship. We'll go to the line for two, Youngblood. The whole of London is looking at this ball game. The pictures are just fantastic. All the Towers fans have stayed on to see this thing on the screen. We're going to the line for two shots. 1 point ball game, Sharks with the lead. 5:05 left to play in regulation.
Sharks right now are hanging in there. Leopards got to get transitional baskets going. They can't get tight. You know, a lot of pressure on this basketball game with 5:05 to go. They got to get back to going with what got them here, and that's their transitional offense.
We're tied at 85. Youngblood looking for the lead. There's the crowd in London. You can see them there. They're waving to us now. Great pass, doesn't get there, it is a blue ball. 4 minutes 50 left to play in this one. We're tied at 85. Whichever way this one goes, it's been a fabulous season and just a great final day of British basketball. Myers up for two, in and out, rebound Youngblood. I can tell you the Birmingham Bullets players after the game went into the locker room, stayed there just for a second. Did he say, basket is good here? Yes, he did. They're now back. You can see Leisure Perkins there. There's H.L. Coleman just behind Leisure. They are waiting. They've done all they could. Now it's sit and wait, or stand and wait for the Birmingham Bullets. 4:37 left to play in this one. Live from the Sheffield Arena. Burks on the line for one. Eric Burks in this one has 22 points. A quiet 22 points by Eric.
Yeah, he does. A lot of it's been in transition. He hit some threes and some offensive sets that he knocked down, which boosted his point total. But he's gotten some in transition. He's got out and got going.
On the ball, Mark Robinson. Remember, in this one, we're talking about the Leopards winning the championship, but we're also talking about the Sheffield Sharks trying to finish 1 point, 1 position better off. Foul is called. There's Clive Allen and Leon Gittins. Leon, of course, plays with the Birmingham A team. They won their championship. And there's Clive Allen and Legion looking on. These guys are brave looking at me. I'd be hiding away something. I don't want to know. That's Clive, gives us the thumbs up. Amici's going to the line. The situation here, the Sharks 85, the Leopards 88. If it was to finish here, Leopards would be champions.
We got, right now that was good basketball in that last possession. Get the ball to Amici, because you got both Perry and now Youngblood on 4 fouls apiece. I think they got to go back down to Amici and try and foul one of those guys out of this basketball game.
The ball is coming in from the end line. Terrell Myers will put it in. And all of this is before we get to the playoffs, coach. My goodness. Michael Payne works along the baseline, wraps it around to Cawthorn. They go right back to Amici. Amici, the double team doesn't come. Michael Payne has it. Amici splits the defense, leans in, then gets it out to Mark Robinson. It's good for two.
Again, good basketball. Give it to Amici, draw the pressure. If he's got the move, he'll take it. If not, hit the open man. 2 points for Mark Robinson. Mark
Robinson has 13 points in this one. Less than 4 minutes left to play. 87-88. There's Tony Sims at the front of your picture. Adam Casaglia, Reggie Kirk. Reggie Kirk, yo Reggie, gives us the V-sign for victory. Great steal by John White. Burks has it. He's on his own. He'll wait for help to arrive. It arrives with John White. Brian Moore doesn't get the ball. They go down low to McKeever. Off the glass. In and out.
That's a bit of a forced shot. That's not really McKeever's type of basketball. He's better off getting a rebound in the dunk as opposed to backing in and trying to come over the right shoulder with it.
Okay, Terrell Myers on the ball. The Sharks trail this one by one, 87-88. The championship is coming down to the final few seconds of the season. Burks thought about the long outlet pass. Now he drives, then he slows up, waits for Billy Mims to call the play from the side. Birmingham Bullets players looking on at this one. Birmingham Bullets fans looking on. They're live in London. And a lot of the Towers fans, they stayed on to see which way this one is going to go. Myers fakes the three, puts it up, gets it long, and Michael Payne couldn't handle it. That was a poor pass.
It was a poor play. He should have backed it up. He had John Amici coming with him, slow it up and get it to John in the post.
I could see Harry Rubleski being very unhappy with that play because he wants the Sharks to win. Timeout has been called. We are going to go down, take a listen to what Coach Billy Mims is going to say to get his guys his back-to-back championship.
What can I do? You want to go?
All right, listen.
Go to the basket. He's standing right
I know. Listen, here's what I want. Who's Amici guarding?
Mac, I just told Mac to cut
Here's what I want. Here's John, look. Trust me, here's what I want. John, would you start on this block over here? Mac is here, all right? Blood, you start out here. Brian Moore, start here. Brian, you come across, don't foul. Eric, come over here to Blood and then go back here. All right, John, I want you to come off a screen from Mac. I want you to get the ball to John over there, all right? Mac, you go to the weak side block. John, I will send Blood right there. So if Amici comes, all you got to do is get it in there and dump it to Mac. If Blood is open, if Cawthorn says, Blood, you try. Everything's going through the basket, go to short jump. All right, John? Hey, if they help, you got Mac on the other box. If Mac is guard and Blood is open.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll ask Billy to explain all of that to us later, okay? Let's take a look at the foul situation. Ryan Cuff gone from this one. Hames, Hawthorne, Robinson of Sheffield, Perry, Youngblood, White of London, all on 4 fouls, and McKinney and Brian Moore on 3 apiece. If this goes to overtime, there'll be some fouling out, I guarantee. 2:34 left to play in regulation. The situation, if you've just joined us, is this. If the Leopards win this ball game, they win the championship. If they lose the ball game, they lose the championship. White for 3. Doesn't get there. Rebound, Todd Cawthorn.
Nice job. Nice box out by Todd Cawthorn.
The championship is coming down to 1 game, and it is this one, and there are 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in regulation. Mark Robinson has it to Amici, stolen away by John White. It's a 2-on-3 break. Will White go all the way? Oh, doesn't get the points! And a steal by Brian Moore. Brian Moore, one of the bench players for the Leopards, tries to get it to John White. He tried to wrap it around to McKeever Perry. Comes off the foot. What a ball game.
Mark Robinson did a really nice job of just kind of bothering John White without fouling him. Then he got the ball and he just turned it right back over.
It was a nice read by Brian Moore. I like the way he read the passing lane, got in there, got the ball.
Yeah, Leopards need to settle down and get a basket. They're having trouble. Their last few possessions here, they've yet to come up with the goods. They need to settle down and put this lead further than just 1 point.
Eric Burks on the ball. Gets it down low to Youngblood. Goes back to Burks. Burks thought about drive. Used the drop step, comes back out. And there's a double team now. Burks is wide open for 3. In and out. Foul is on McKeever Perry. He's gone. He's gone. Now Tony Sims like that call. Yeah. Reggie's just saying he's got 5. He's got 5. Oh, you gotta love this. And the crowd's letting him know. This is the crowd live in Sheffield. Hit the road jack is what they're saying to McKeever Perry. McKeever is gone. So who's going to win the championship then, Bob?
I'm going with what I started with. I think Birmingham's going to pull this thing out. I think Sheffield is going to end up beating the Leopards because I think the Leopards' nerves are going to get to them and Birmingham's going to be handed the trophy.
Well, the situation, there's no more complicated things. It's down to this. Sheffield Sharks win this ball game. Birmingham Bullets win the championship. Leopards win the championship. That's all there is to it. Ball comes in from the end line. Dion Hames brings it in. Mark Robinson, who's been on 4 fouls throughout the second half. It's not been a problem for him. He's on the ball now. Used a little crossover there, finds Amici. Amici puts it on the floor, foul is on Mike Defoe, and they've been calling that all game. It's absolutely right. They should keep on calling it. Billy, you did say Billy'd be on the floor.
I thought it would be an overtime. He got down there a little quicker than I thought he would.
Mike Defoe picks up his second foul. So far, nobody from the Sheffield Sharks has fouled out of this one. 2 players from the Leopards have gone. Ryan Cuff has gone from this one. Makiba Perry has gone from this one. John Amici 4 for 5 from the line tonight, doing a good job.
You say 2 players fouled out. Actually, 1 fouled out. The other one fouled out using his mouth and technicals as opposed to physical play on the court.
Great play there by Eric Burks. Knew he couldn't pull down that defensive board. Just knocked it into the open court where Robert Youngblood could go get it. They're still looking on in London. Clive Allen, the pressure's getting to Clive in London, I can tell you. John White has the ball at the top of the key. We are tied at 88 at the moment. They get it to Brian Moore to Youngblood. Youngblood has it. The shot clock is down to 7. Brian Moore doesn't take the 3. Shot clock is at 5. 3, 2, he gets it off and gets the point with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. This has got to favor the Leopards now, I see.
They got plenty of time. You know, they're going to get the ball back unless they just take a shot here. I'm sorry, Leopards will get the ball back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now Mark Robinson has it to Amici. Amici's got to go to the hole here. He's got to go to the hole, goes to the fadeaway. It's good! John Amici! Timeout has been called. Timeout has been called. We're tied at 90. But when we come back, the Leopards will have the ball. Very quickly, what do you call here? Very quickly.
I'm going to get the ball to John White off a couple double screens, some stagger screens, and let him in the game.
Let's go and hear what Billy's going to say.
That's what we're going to do here. All right, watch what we're going to do. We got 12 seconds, all right? John White, you take the ball out of bounds, all right? Eric Burks, you got to get open, all right? Now, as Eric gets open, I want Brian Moore, okay? Eric, you get the ball and take it this way. Brian, step up. I want blood down here on the block.
Okay, we're going to take a look at some of the pictures from London. There they are. Those are the Bullets players. You can see front of screen players and fans. Clive Allen, Tony Holly. There's the big crowd shot. A mixture of Bullets fans and London Towers fans. They are waiting to see Adam Casaglia just next to Reggie giving us the V sign. There's Adam. Oh boy, Adam was concerned there. This is their season on the line. This is their season on the line. If we get no score here, we go to overtime. If both teams get a score equal points, we go to overtime. Billy Mims, I think, will be looking for either Eric Burks or John White on this one. All the Sharks have got to do is stop it, get a steal, or whatever. Eric Burks just came over to the commentary, looked up at the commentary point, and gave a little nod to say they're okay. They're going to be okay. Is that what you got from the nod?
That's what I got from the nod, and I think we're going to see some penetration from Eric and some screens from John White.
Well, they get the ball in. 12 seconds. John White gets ahead. Burks drives. Walked with it! Walked with it! Eric Burks walked with it! They're happy with that in London. There's Eric. And now the Sheffield Sharks have called a timeout. The Sheffield Sharks have called the timeout. John White, being very clever there, went over to Eric Burks and said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The timeout has been called by the Sharks. We're going to go down and take a listen to Chris Finch. We're leaving the pictures from London. No, we're not. Let's listen to Chris Finch now as he goes into his guys.
Listen, okay, this is what we're doing, right? Okay, we're gonna come down. First of all, watch the pressure, okay? Watch the pressure. So if we're gonna press, you come up top with you, okay? And then we're gonna just set up in 32, but real wide. I want the wings really wide so they can't help it. All right? Help it. Can't help it. And you look to beat your man. We're going to go to the bucket. And you guys go in with offensive rebound. No 50-50 passes. The worst thing is overtime. Okay? The worst. Hey,
well, you had the line there. He said the worst thing we need is overtime. Now, you may not have seen it in your picture because he pointed to a guy just off screen and said, I want you to go to the basket. That man was Dion Hayes.
Not only that, but he told the wings to stay wide. First he said, here's how you break the press. Very calm, very collected timeout there by Chris Finch. Here's how you break the press, spread the floor, Dion coast to coast.
Okay, this is it. 6.3 seconds left to play. Dion Hayes has the ball. 3 seconds. Hayes gets it up. Doesn't get there. Overtime! Overtime! Bob, can I live through this? Can these teams live through this? Can the Birmingham Bullets live through this? There's Eric Burks. I think he can put that behind him now. It happened. It's gone. There's Finch. There is Billy Mims. They have to toss now to see who's going to get the directions, the call of directions in which we're going to go. Boy, this has been a long season. That it should come down to overtime to decide the season is just wonderful.
We're playing this basket. I want it.
Bob is speechless. Is that right?
This is just good basketball, Mike. You know, I was sitting here watching two very good teams go head-to-head at each other. You got another good team sitting down in London waiting on a result.
Hey, I got no doubts. I got no doubts. What we have to do now is just play straight, tough defense. All right? Straight, tough. You can't gamble. You can't reach. You just got to contain and contest. No fouls on these shots, okay?
Mike, as we discussed, I still think the Bullets should have showered and driven up here. They'd have been able to see this thing.
There's Harry Wroblewski, chairman of the Birmingham Bullets. He's either talking to Chris Finch or he's talking to his partner in Australia. I think it's one of those two. And I can't see a phone with Chris Finch. He's talking to his wife, Sarah. Let's get it right. Sarah, who I presume is back home in Birmingham. It is down to overtime. And boy, what a season, what a ball game, what a day. Live action on Sky, over 23 hours of live sporting action on Sky today. Oh, man. Woo! 90 points apiece. We're at overtime. Let's take a look at the pictures from London. Here they are. They are partying in London. The Bullets are still in this one. Everybody's congregated round a telly down there that has got Sky Sports pictures on it. Oh, boy. Oh, baby. What a season. Personally, I don't think it gets much better than this. I don't care. It don't get no better.
No, this is a great way to finish the year, Mike. Two teams just going at it. Another team waiting on it.
Those are the pictures live from Wembley. The Bullets fans there, you can see them with the banners, with the scarves, waiting to see what happens. There are the players, Adam Casaglia, Reggie Kirk, and Leisure Perkins. We're ready to come back live to the Sheffield Arena. Overtime, part one, 90 apiece. 5 minutes left to play in this one. I will outline the situation to you one more time. I'll do it a few more times as well. If the Leopards win this ball game, they win the championship. If they lose this ball game, they lose the championship, and the Birmingham Bullets will be the champions. The Jumps Youngblood versus Robinson. John White on the ball. White will drive, gets it to Youngblood, count the two.
They attack that thing right away. Mike, you know, normally in overtime, the team that scores first gets to win. It'll be interesting to see if that pans out here this afternoon.
I think Billy Mims won the toss, so the situation is both teams shooting towards their own bench. What a pass! What a pass by Amici! And Todd Cawthorn couldn't finish the play. Rebound, Mike Defoe.
That was just a great pass by Don Amici. Todd kind of bailed out on the shot, looking for the contact, as opposed to concentrating and getting the 2 points.
And now they go back to Youngblood on the post. Help is there. Help is there with Amici. Does enough, gets the board, and here comes Mark Robinson on the ball. Robinson drives, that's nice. Doesn't get there. And Dion Hayes has the ball. Back to Mark Robinson. John Amici was slow arriving, but now he's in the mix. Dion Haynes.
I think they got to get this thing into some two-man game with Robinson and Amici.
Yeah, and now they go to it. Mark Robinson comes away just to pull his defender away. Now it opens up for Amici. Amici, oh, what a move. What a move. Get in there. Oh, yes. What a move. John Amici in style. We're tied at 92.
Mike, he is quick into that footwork and showing great touch on the mid-range jump shot.
Okay, the situation I'm just being told on overtimes, foul is on Amici. So far this season, the Leopards have been involved in 3 overtimes, including one that I saw at Birmingham, including one that I saw at Derby. They have won all 3 overtime games they've been involved in. Of course, the one at Birmingham now could be so crucial, that win. And of course, the Sheffield Sharks have just been involved in 1, but they won that as well. So both of these teams going to keep their 100% in overtime games this season. Big play, Mike Defoe.
Yeah, that is a big play for Mike Defoe with Robert Youngblood, with Makeba Perry on the bench fouled out, and the sub that doesn't always get a lot of minutes showing a good move in the easy deuce.
Amici has the ball. The double team comes, leaves Mark Robinson wide open. And on the ball now, it's Burks. The situation as we have it is that if Sheffield should win this ball game, they will be playing the London Towers in the playoffs. Now Sheffield are going to like that because they are 3-0 against the Towers this season. What a pass by Burks! Oh, baby! That's it! Youngblood knocks down a big one, but all that came from a great pass by Eric Burks. 92-96, less than 2.5 minutes left to play. Birmingham players now looking a little concerned. Robinson in the paint is good.
Yeah, Sheffield's got to get a stop here. Leopards are doing a really good job offensively of picking this thing apart. Sheffield's got to get their rotations down and really come up with a big stop here and try and get the basket.
Eric Burks on the ball. John White goes away. Good defense by the Sharks. Now John White has it, fakes the 3, steps in, goes for the 2, knocks it down. Back to a 4-point ball game. 1 minute 49 left to play in this first period of overtime. Myers for 3, doesn't get there. Rebound Mike Defoe, and the Leopards off and running. Burks is outright. Burks is good. Now Billy Mims is celebrating. Eric Burks goes and slaps the high 5 with him. They hit the 100. It's a 6-point ball game. Will Johnson has been brought in. Todd Cawthorn goes out, and the Leopards fans are on their feet here, and the Birmingham Bullets fans in London are kind of looking depressed. There are the players. They know that the Sharks have got to win this one for the Bullets to win the championship. Mark Robinson. I know that the Sharks want to play the Towers. They mentioned it in the match program. Mark Robinson drives, doesn't get there. Who's got the ball? Foul is called, I think, on Dion Haynes. The Sheffield Sharks want to play the London Towers, and it looks as if that is going to happen. That's the 5th foul on Dion Haynes. He's gone from this one. Still 1 minute and 10 seconds. There's still a lot of time in this one, Coach.
There's plenty of time, but Sheffield can't hang their head. They're very rattled right now. Leopards are fired up and playing very good basketball.
The Leopards look like they're going to repeat. The Bullets players have seen enough. They are going back to the locker room in London. They are going back to the locker room. There you are, they've left. The fans are still there, but it's looking more and more as if the championship is going back to East London.
You got to give Billy Mims and these Leopards some credit. That thing went down to the wire in overtime, and they weren't really together. Eric Burks got the try call, but they came out in overtime. It just possessed to win this game.
There are the Leopards fans making a lot of noise. Last year they won their first ever championship. In fact, they did the double last year, winning the National Cup and the Budweiser League. And they are hoping this year that the Sharks are going to go down in this one, and the Leopards will win. There's Harry. They won the Budweiser Championship, the postseason good season a couple of years ago, but he really wants this league because it's such a tough thing to win. They wanted this league win.
Hey, he's got to be happy what went on this year. They lost a great coach in Nick Nurse. Mike Finger came in, did an outstanding job of keeping it rolling, and they've had one heck of a basketball season.
You may see that just going through. The match night commentator at the London Towers is actually commentating on this thing down at London. Burks on the line, misses the first. We're back. We're still around about a 3-possession game.
Yeah, this thing's far from over. A minute 10, a lot can happen. Sheffield's just got to look to get some quick baskets.
Burks gets one. Myers on the ball. Myers will be looking for a 3 here, whether from him or from Amici. Amici wraps around, goes for the 3. Is good! 97 to 101. 4-point ball game. Brian Moore has the ball. There's Mike Finger, coach of the Birmingham Bullets. He knows it's coming down to this. Good ball movement by. Foul is called on Terrell Myers. Burks will go to the line. Todd Cawthorn is coming back into the ball game. But the Leopards are fighting here, no doubt about it. Billy Mims and his big cats, as he likes to call them. There's Mike Fingers, got the headphones on now. 39.8 seconds left to play. 97-101. 97-101.
Sheffield's going to have to get down the court here in a hurry. Look for, a quick screen, shove it in the post, but a quick basket right away.
Misses. 97-102. Myers on the ball. Amici doesn't get it. Yes, he does. Up for 2 points. 2 points, they say. Had a foot on the line. Good call by the official.
He's hitting some big-time shots, Mike. This thing's not over.
And they're going to send Eric Burks back to the line. 99-102.
Leopards just got to keep their nerve. No turnovers. Make your free throws, and they can have the trophy.
Eric Burks going back to the line. Michael Payne picked up foul number 3. 21.7 seconds left to play in this first period of overtime. Burks needs to drain these 2. So far tonight, he's 5 for 7 from the line. 6 for 8. Back to a 4-point game. Now we're out to a 2-possession game. Knocks down the second. Now it's a 5-point affair.
We're still 2 possessions, though, Mike. Regardless of what happens, we're on 2 possessions once you get the first one.
Terrell Myers has it. Wraps it around to Cawthorn. Cawthorn blocked by Youngblood. I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it. 11 seconds. They can't come back from that. I don't think so. The fans are celebrating here, but Mike Finger takes his headphones off and gives up. Mike Finger has done an awesome job at the Birmingham Bullets. His first season in British basketball, and to get his Bullets this close to a championship is just fantastic.
He has done a good job. My hat's off to Mike. I played him 3 times, lost every time. Yeah, he's just a very good coach. Hard to coach against. Nice job, and congratulations to the Birmingham Bullets for a great season.
Billy Mims, is he going to call a timeout there? Billy Mims is going to call a timeout. Can't get it now. It'll be down the next play, but I don't think we'll have time for that. Michael Payne will put up the 3. Gets the 3, and a timeout has been called. The score is 102-106. Billy Mims is going to get some of his younger players into the ball game. He's going to put Jason Crump back in there. Monday Castle's going to come in for the first time in this ball game. Mike Defoe goes out. The Leopards bench is celebrating. They think they've got this one done, and I think they could be right. Ball will come in from the end line. They go to John White. White goes long, throws it away. The Leopards are the champions! The Leopards win the championship. There are the pictures from London. Mike Finger has lost this one. The Birmingham Bullets finished second
hopefully going their way, but they got it going in that final 5 minutes of overtime.
Eric Burks on the floor. There are the London Leopards fans. What a season they have had. They win the championship. There's the coach, Rowan Thompson, talking and sitting on Eric Burks and talking to him. Eric Burks said a long time ago they were going to get this championship back, and they have been as good as their word. Youngblood some time ago made a statement, got a lot of people knocked him down for, because he said all they had to do was win all the games. They lost one, I think, but they have won the championship anyway.
They've come down a great stretch. It's just been a phenomenal year for them. Everybody was gunning for them. They were the champs from last year. Everyone was gunning for them, and they stood their ground and got it done again.
The Greater London Leopards, you know, they lost a couple of players since last season. No Tim Davis this year, no Ronnie Baker this year, but Youngblood came back for more. Eric Burks, John White came back for more. And there's the owner in tears. Oh, what a celebration. There's Burks. You know, this is turning out to be a very lucky floor for the Leopards. They won their first ever trophy on this floor last year, the National Cup.
Mike Billy told me before the game, in this arena, now they've lost to Pond Spores, but when they come into Sheffield Arena, he's yet to be beat. He kept his streak going.
Billy Mims talks a good game, but then he goes on and delivers a good game.
Yeah, he likes to conversate a little bit, but hey, when you win 2 back-to-back champions, you can keep on talking.
102 to the Sheffield Sharks, 106 to the Greater London Leopards. The Sharks put up one heck of a fight here, didn't they?
Yeah, they've had a nice season as well. They were affected a little bit by, like we said, they won the trophy, got a little bit rattled, regrouped. They put up a heck of a fight here tonight, made things difficult for those Leopards.
I think the Budweiser's arrived between you and me. Oh, Robert Youngblood, there's John White getting congratulations from his coach Billy Mims. The presentation is about to be made. Billy Mims is getting a soaking. The presentation will be made by the chairman of the Budweiser Basketball League, Mr. Kevin Routledge. It's been made to the captain of the Greater London Leopards, Robert Youngblood. The Leopards repeat the championship. 12 months ago, they won it. In fact, they won it before the end of the season last year, but this year they couldn't do it before the end of the season. It had to come down to an overtime game, but then they hung in there and got the victory. John White, Robert Youngblood, and Eric Burks, those have been the guys this season, right in the picture.
Yeah, they have. They did a nice job. They stuck together. They played well together, and they deserve this. They deserve all the glory, the celebration. They've had one heck of a year.
He goes over to the fans, Eric Burks. There are the fans. What a season it's been for them. Up and down, you know, a lot of people thought when they lost that game, you know, that Sky TV game, got whooped by the Towers. They thought that might have been the end. But Eric Burks and his Greater London Leopards get the win.
Well, what an achievement by the Leopards. They've won this game, they've won the championship. They are the league champions for 97-98. We'll be back and hear from some of the victorious players and coach in just a minute.
long do you want on this? Okay. All right.
What a finale to the Budweiser League season. The Greater London Leopards beating the Sheffield Sharks in overtime here live at the Sheffield Arena on Sky Sports to take the title, even though Birmingham beat the Towers down at Wembley. It's high time we heard from coach Billy Mims and from the Leopards owner Ed Simons. They're talking to Julian Waters.
All smiles down here, no surprises about that. Congratulations, gentlemen. Billy, that was doing it the hard way.
Julian, we like to do it the hard way, you know. We've always felt it's the Leopards against the world, and tonight was no different, but we refused to lose, and they couldn't take it away from us.
2 seasons running, Ed. What does it mean to the outfit as a whole?
Oh, it's everything we could have wanted. Everybody wrote us off last season, and we came through this season. We were in no one's reckoning, and here we are again, champions. And we're going to be there next season. We're going to make it 3 in a row.
This was a really tense game, wasn't it? But you've been on such a fantastic run. It's only 2 defeats in 22, is it? Taking you soaring to the top.
I thought all along this was the best basketball team in the country. Not only in the league, but in all competitions. If you add them all up, we're the winningest team in the country. I believe in these guys, and they are champions.
I don't want to single people out too much, but I thought Youngblood was huge for you.
Down the stretch, he's been unbelievable. He's been Superman. Every game down the stretch, we've got on his back. We've rode him to win after win. He's been with us 4 years. He's the captain of the Leopards, and you know what you got with Blood, and you can always count on him.
And I guess you want to go a little bit further than you did last year at the championship finals. Playoffs next, of course.
Hey, May 2nd at Wembley, look for the big catch to hold up that crystal orb.
And you second that.
Absolutely, yes, we'll be there. This time we're not going to lose by 1 point in the last few seconds. This time the championship's ours as well.
All right, well, enjoy the celebrations. Have a great night. Congratulations, fellas.
Number 1, folks, back in London.
Up to you, Tom.
Well, a great day for everyone involved with the Greater London Leopards outfit, Bob. Obviously, they nearly let it slip, but when it mattered in that overtime period, they really looked focused and they had the edge.
Yeah, they did. They grabbed the jump ball, went right inside of Youngblood. The easy 2, that set the tempo from then on. They were up and rolling.
Okay, let's confirm the final table for you then. Remember, the top 8 have qualified, but the league title has been decided on that head-to-head match between the Leopards and the Birmingham Bullets about 3 weeks ago at the NEC. Remember, that game was won in overtime by the Leopards. And in a way, Bob, I suppose you've got to say from a Birmingham point of view, it's cruel luck.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, Birmingham's got to keep their heads up. They're going to be very focused because they're going to be a little bit more upset than the Leopards are heading into the playoffs. I think you're going to see a focused Birmingham squad. Look out for them in the playoffs.
Derby and Manchester, of course, secured the 7th and 8th playoff spots last night at the expense of Leicester, Bob, which is a great disappointment to you, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't do a very good job. My team didn't do a very good job. We were awful last night, and we don't deserve to be in. The 2 teams that are in there deserve to be there.
Right, let's hear from some more of the Leopards players. They're talking to Julian. Julian.
Well, we've got 3 players who won it last year. Eric Burt, Robert Youngblood, and John White. How does this compare, John?
Because it doesn't compare any, First of all, I'd like to say thanks. All praises go to God for giving us the ability to come back and do it 2 years in a row. Feels great to win back-to-back. It was an uproar battle. It seemed like we had all the odds against us, but we came together and pulled through as a team. And actually, it hasn't set in yet because we're not at home. We did it on the road, but I guess it's a little bit more sweeter, but it feels great.
You've said for a while, Robert, that you're going to retain the title. Well, you've lived up to your word. You've been as good as that, but this was tough, wasn't it?
Yes, first give it honor to God for giving us the strength. Yeah, we said that we would come. I said earlier in the year, I gave a prediction that we was going to win it back-to-back. You know, I had to be a man of my word. I knew that once Towers got a loss way back in the day, we can do it. As long as we play together as a team, we're unstoppable.
It was tight, Eric, wasn't it? Was your heart in your mouth when that Dion Hames shot hit the rim just in the last second?
Well, yes, you know, it was because, you know, it was 6 seconds left to go. I turned the ball over. You know, I had to hold that on to my conscience, so I was hoping that, you know, he could miss the easy shot, and, you know, luckily he did, and, you know, forced the overtime.
And has it been much more difficult this year for you, with everybody going for you?
Yes, it was, because, you know, anytime you're the champion and you're trying to repeat as champion, it's going to be hard because everybody's out to get you.
Well, congratulations, fellas. I guess it's playoffs and the championship's your next ambition.
Once again, I'd like to say something. I thank Ed and Billy for bringing me here. It wouldn't have been possible for them if it hadn't been, you know.
Well, it's been a great year. You could end it in style. Congratulations, fellas. Thanks very much.
There they are, the league champions. This is the playoff picture for you now, then. And remember that the top 4 teams play away in the first leg and at home, if they need it, in the next 2 legs. Bob, what do you make of those ties, then?
I think we're going to see some good basketball games. I think, you know, Manchester Giants, even though they've had some losses as of late, are playing more physical and better basketball. Darby's knocked off some big scalps lately. I think we're going to see some good games. Those middle ones, you just never know who's going to get through.
Yeah, just to reiterate, it's the top 4 sides in the league. So Greater London Leopards, the Birmingham Bullets, Newcastle and the Sheffield Sharks all play away in the first leg. And the next 2, should they need them, will be played at home. If you want to go and see any of those, remember to call the league on that number at the bottom there. They start next weekend. Our coverage begins on Tuesday, April the 14th, when we'll have one of the second leg playoff games. That's at 8 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. And then the third leg on Sunday, April the 19th, 6:30, Sky Sports 3. And the finale, of course, to the whole season is the championship weekend. It's always a great weekend. The top 4 sides going through there will be on air both on the Saturday, May the 2nd, and on Sunday, May the 3rd. And Bob, I've got to ask you now, who do you think are going to be the champions?
You roll the dice. It's that kind of year. Just pick one out of the hat and you might have a chance. I got no idea at this stage. Leopards obviously need to just kind of stay with what they're doing. I think Birmingham's going to have a heck of a run. If I had to grab one, I'd probably grab Birmingham.
And what about an outside chance for them?
An outside chance, you know, again, now Birmingham's up against Derby, and that would be my outside shot, only because of the way Jeff's got those guys playing right now. Jeff Jones is doing a heck of a job, and so is the Storm.
Bob, you've enjoyed the season?
It's been great.
OK, thanks very much for being with us today. We've seen a fantastic day of basketball, haven't we? The Birmingham Bullets made sure that they beat the London Towers, and then they were relying, of course, on the Sharks upsetting the Leopards. Well, the Leopards came through in the end. It's been a hell of a season for them. It's been a hell of a day for everyone concerned. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to join us for the playoffs and for the championship weekend. But from everyone, for now, from Sheffield, it's bye-bye.